Hi, strangers.
Welcome back, Miss Gail, from your pre-trial retirement schedule.
Well, and welcome back to you too. I know you made it last week, but we've been absent quite a bit before that.
No, I
So,
know it's
uh,
just my life's been nuts, and with your practice retirement happening there.
well, I actually have been kind of busy. My sister got married, and then his son
Yes,
had some ring
congratulations.
ceremony, and went to go see my mom. Like, there's just like all this stuff that I've been doing that just didn't allow for it. So,
It's good stuff, though.
yeah, yeah, good stuff. And Kelly just sent me a message saying that he's got like 14 days to work of the rest of the year. And I'm like, okay. And I have been severely slacking still in reselling, but I'm trying to pick it up because I know some of this stuff is not going to sell well at a garage sale.
Right.
Okay. It's going to be more online. So I told him, I was like, yeah, well, of all those vacation days that you have between now and the end of the year,
Hmm.
I'm probably going to be working.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I've been picking it up. So,
So, have you been turning your store off when you're out of town then? Or are you just
um,
extending your um, work
yeah, I'm
days?
doing time away on eBay with allowing them to make purchases still.
Hmm.
So I still have sales on a regular days, probably two or three a day, which is impressive, saying that I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything. Good morning, Ken.
All
Thanks.
right. I got to figure out my lighting situation. Oh, now I do have a light there. I don't know what's going on. Do I look dark to you guys?
Um,
Maybe I'll bring my ring light over. See if that doesn't help. To me, I look really dark
right
compared
now
to
you
you.
don't look dark.
Yeah,
So,
but when
but
I
yeah, no, it looks fine. But I
that
have
shouldn't be an issue.
a big window, a big window in front of me. So
Well, do you see my big window back here?
yeah, but
It's
it's
dark and
behind you.
dreary in Ohio. We're getting no light.
Yeah. Well, plus it's behind you. You know.
And it's a
So
covered porch.
well, yeah, that's how my living room was at the old house that I had. It was just like had a fireplace and two side windows, and it
Yeah.
was just a covered porch. So it's like no light hardly ever was in there. It's just like yours, like just a little bit of ambient light, but not much.
Yeah. Now, in the evening, we get the sun on this side. There's somebody in my driveway.
Stranger danger.
Oh, it's Katie. I know what she's dropping off.
Okay.
She's just gonna drop stuff off on my porch. Um, no, in the evening we get light on this side,
Yeah.
but it's still covered. So
Yeah.
no, I totally forgot. She's just dropping off some Girl Scout stuff. So not a problem at all. I just forgot she was coming. So what's Ken up to? Is he gonna? Did I give Ken the link to? Do you want to join us, Ken?
Ken, I saw your live last week, and you're doing fabulous.
I only caught the tail end of that one. I think I was driving somewhere.
We were on at the same. You and I were on at the same time.
Oh, that last minute.
Yeah. Yep. Dang it. There's an envelope I need that is not in here.
Well, if I had gotten my act together, I would actually have things that I need to pack and ship right now. But I think I'm just going to do some photographs.
Yeah, I do have a few things to pack and ship. That's what I'm doing now. And unfortunately, the two types of bags that I need for this one is in the garage because
Of
I'm
course
not
they are.
sure. I need to figure out what to do with my supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to need them anymore. Pretty sure.
Right.
So,
Ken, you're
um,
more than welcome to pop in whenever you're available. So remember you sent me that big box of boxes, and then I bought the hammocks, and you put them all in together.
yes.
I just opened that box this week.
Okay. It's
like
okay.
like I brought it in the house, and I set it next to a box of boxes, and
Yeah.
then some things got stacked on top of it. And then I told Elizabeth the other day, I was like, hey, go break down, because people drop off boxes for me from like
Yeah.
Amazon and stuff. I said, hey, go break down all those boxes. And she says, well, I think there's something in this one. It's still taped shut. And I said, no, look at the other side. It's probably open. And she goes, no, it's closed on both sides. Well, it was the box you had shipped me.
You're like, oh.
So thank you. I appreciate all the extra cotton, and those hammocks are going to be great for the girls. So I'm super excited about those.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
glad.
Nice though. There was a good variety of colors in there too.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't matter, but it will.
Yeah. And they should sell well if you ever get to that point where you want to.
Yeah. Elizabeth just joined a master's camper group. And so she's learning all those skills. Like she'll learn hammock camping and tent camping and winter camping and all of that. And so we'll definitely share those among that group, for them to check out and try out and see if it's something that they want to do. But so I'm glad to have those. Our council does have some that we can borrow, but it's nice then when we have enough for everybody instead of just one for them to practice with, and some of them get to sleep in it and some of them don't.
Yeah.
So no, that'll be good. That'll be good.
Good.
No, most likely. I suspect I'll keep two, like one for me and one for her. And then I'll put the others in the closet for everybody else to borrow. So
yeah.
So I sold Swarovskis again, guys. If you ever find them.
Well, sure. Hey, Paul, how's it going?
His Wednesdays just weren't the same. Welcome in.
Thank you.
We're glad to be back.
We've been busy. I mean, you would think we'd be busy in between now and the end of the year because of holidays and all that, but I guess we got an early jump on it.
Yeah. And mine's not been like, mine's been family things and business things and personal things. It's been like a little bit of everything, and it just all happened at once.
Yeah.
Losing the boys in the afternoon, and you guys was just oh no. I'm so sorry, Paul. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's just been a little bit of everything. So
yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna take I got this jacket on and get a little bit too warm. I keep going back and forth between I'm too cold and I'm too warm. Part of the problem is the weather here in Ohio has been so funky, and it's been some pretty extreme temperature changes, and it's like my furnace hasn't decided whether or not it's going to keep up or not. Like I'm hot, and then like it's freezing in here, so I turn the temperature up, but then it's too warm. And
well, give me an idea of what your weather's like right now.
Well, a couple of days ago it was 80, and today it's 35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a couple of days ago. It was warm like that too. Now it's like in the mid 50s.
Yeah.
So I have so far not had to turn my heater on, and it's about, I don't know, 70 degrees in the house. So it's staying a good temperature right now. Although Kelly's like shivering. It's like, is it time to pull out the heated blanket? I'm like, no, because I'm kicking off the covers. I'm like, we're not going to be that couple that sleeps in a separate bedroom. But if you bring out the down comforter, that's what's going to happen.
Elizabeth got up one morning and she said, Mom, it's only 65 in here. I'm pretty sure we're going to have icicles soon. I was like, honey, you're okay.
Icicles. That's funny.
I was like, you're okay. Well, we can turn it up if you want, but you're okay.
Yeah. You'll be just fine.
She cracks me up.
Yeah, I miss seeing her. She doing okay?
She's doing good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just, they have all next week. They have off for Thanksgiving fall break, and so she's pretty stoked about that.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, she's been doing. Well, she started that master camper group, and then we joined another group of older Girl Scouts since she doesn't have very many older girls in her troop right now.
Mm.
So that's been busy, but that's nice. It's good for her. She needs to get out more.
Yeah, that definitely can keep you busy. I could see that. I don't know how you have time to do much of anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, with the other Girl Scout stuff you're doing too, that's separate from it,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm still helping the group of younger girls too. So, but
yeah,
that's fun. I enjoy that. We actually had a meeting yesterday and it was really good. They were super excited. So that makes it worthwhile, you know.
yeah, for sure. Brings us
Paul says
joy.
him and the wife are fighting all the time. He wants the comforter. She doesn't. The dog takes the middle.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Like some mornings I wake up and I like have no cover. It's like all over there, and he's not like a cover hog. So I don't really get it, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I usually will lay there with half of my body out of the blankets. It's just what I do. And when I get
I
cold, then I'll cover up.
I
So
run the ceiling fan.
yeah, we
I
do
have,
that too.
I have 2 blankets and I sleep on a heating pad.
Wow. I don't know. Like I refuse to get menopause, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going through that. But I like back in the day. I used to be like colder. Of course, maybe it's the extra fuel that I'm carrying around. You
You got
know,
a little bit of insulation there.
yeah. So that might be it. But I'll wake up because sometimes at night I can feel he's covering me up, like he'll touch me, and he's like, then he just covers me up, and then the next day he's like, you were like ice, like he's like your goosebumps were super sharp. I'm like, did I stab you? And my sleeve, my goosebumps. But it's the sweetest thing that he covers me up.
That is sweet. Well, we have our
Yep.
first visitor here.
Our marriage is still new and good.
You want to say hey?
Oh, hey, baby. Walnut, right?
Yeah, it's Walnut.
Walnut.
You say
I
hi?
saw my mom has a cat that's short hair, but same like yours, dark, like super black.
Yeah.
And I sent her a picture the other day because there was a picture of someone's cat on a black stove, and someone says I almost lit my cat on fire. And then you could barely see it, but their paw is hanging off the edge of the thing, so that's how you can that's the clue.
Yes.
And my mom's like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "No, it's like I didn't really almost see that."
Well, we found out he's got asthma, so he's on medication now.
Oh,
But he
our
seems to
fur
be doing
babies
better.
like to put us through some stuff, don't they?
Yep. So we lost one of our dogs since I saw you guys last time.
Aw,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Which one?
It was Scout.
Scout.
Yeah, he was our little blondie.
Yeah, he was super old, huh?
Well, we think he was. We don't know for sure, but we were guessing around 11.
Oh, not that old then.
So no, but he had issues. He had some sort of autoimmune disorder that we'd gotten under control and we thought was doing okay, but then his lungs just kind of stopped working and there wasn't anything they could do. So.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace, little Scout. May you play in the fields of heaven.
Yeah.
I know, my preacher told me that animals don't go to heaven, and I told him, you cannot tell me that animals don't love because dogs are so caring and loving, and you see them, when something happens to you, they're there for you, there's got to be a soul in there somewhere.
There's a soul there.
They may not be up in heaven with me. Maybe they're on a different heaven, but they're not going to hell or irrelevant. Okay. I was just arguing with them.
They're not hanging out in purgatory forever.
Yeah. I'm like, no way.
Yeah. It's so hard. We're looking at a human view of, something that's beyond our comprehension. So we're doing the best we can to figure out what it all means. But
yeah. And
I can't see a dog being soulless. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, There, it's just to me like, don't even argue that with me.
right?
I'm like, I don't care if you have a degree in theology and
No,
all that
maybe not.
stuff. Okay.
I agree. Absolutely. We had him cremated, so we have his ashes in this really cute little wooden box and his paw print and all of that. So
Oh, awesome.
that
Yeah.
was sad. And I think it's so weird because I don't know if Rocky understands. And like, I didn't like sit down and tell Rocky,
Yeah.
like, hey, your buddy's not coming back. And
Hmm.
like, sometimes he's still, because what they would do is they would crowd at the door to go out, like to see who could get out first. And then whoever got out first waited for the other one, it was so weird. But so Rocky runs out now and he stops and waits and then he goes. And I don't know if he does it like out of habit or does he understand that, Scout's not there, but like he hasn't stopped doing it and it's been like 2 weeks now.
Yeah. Maybe Scout is there in spirit going out first and he's just waiting or something. Is he
That's
waiting
what I
for,
wonder.
does he look like he's waiting for
Well, yeah, because he
something?
stops and looks back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know that because when I was younger, I had a Dotson and a little tabby cat, and they were best friends. And
Mm-hmm.
the cat was still very young; it was under a year, and it disappeared.
Mm,
And every day that Dotson would sit at the door just whimpering, like just
yeah.
come back, and so they know, but eventually they'll get through it.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound, like you can tell when your dogs are like sad or depressed or upset,
Hmm.
like he's not like pacing or anything.
Yeah, it's just that
So,
little thing that you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other
Yeah.
than that, we've all adjusted pretty well. I know our cat used to sleep with him like not at night, but during the day, the cat would sleep with the dog.
Mhm.
And he's just kind of like switching places all the time. Like he's not sleeping in the same spot all the time anymore. So I
Yeah.
don't know if he's like just trying to find a new spot or not sure what to do with himself. But
Mm. Yeah.
so it's just been weird. It's funny how much space he took up here that we didn't realize, now that he's gone.
Like the pillows and bedding and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
And the noise. Apparently that dog must have been super noisy and we just didn't realize it because it seemed like so much quieter here.
You were so used to it. Now you're like,
Just that extra activity, yeah.
yeah, you didn't realize it. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
when
kind
my
of
my cat was
strange.
really old, like he was 19 years old when he passed away,
Yeah.
but it was just like, he was still using the litter box for the number one, but not the number two. So there were like concessions that we were making for him
Right.
until end of life. And it was just like, it was so sad when he did pass, but it was also like we can we can now finally kind of clean up everything, like because we had literally like just the little pee pads, puppy pads or whatever everywhere, just
Yes.
just to make our life easier. And it was just like, okay, now we can just kind of throw the litter box away and just kind of move on. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's bittersweet for sure. Speaking of cats, I took my cats camping with us.
Oh, how'd it go?
Well, it was okay. The first night, like Chloe did fine the whole time. Like she laid on the bed most of
Mhm.
the time. And then DC was meowing all night. Well, probably around 2 in the morning to about 5:30 in the
Oh,
morning. Just
wow.
running around. She has a real loud meow. And so finally it stopped. And I was like, I don't know what she's doing, but I'm just glad. And then I found out she was going behind the couch, the recliners. And I was like, okay,
Mhm.
fine. Well, the only way, like, those recliners have the little Velcro flap behind them.
Right.
The RV recliners have that too. So sometimes when we'd raise it, she would come out that way when you'd raise the recliner. But if it was closed, the only way she could get out was to get up the back of the couch. And of course, she's tearing it up. And a couple of times Kelly doesn't care. Well, he's carrying, but he's not going to think, okay, well, let me slowly lower my recliner when I
Mm-hmm.
get out. And I'm like, you can't do that. You could crush her. Because sometimes when I'd slowly do it, I could feel her thumping around, like, okay,
Right.
let off. Like, but, so anyway, a time or two she came out, and like every night it was one thing after another. And then the last night we stayed 5 nights. The last night she was finally chill.
Mm,
But when it came time to leave, though, they were both decided the recliner was the best place to be because you got to get them out to get them in the truck.
yeah.
And so I was like ready to go to the back with like a stick to kind of like scoot her to go under the recliner. And she started howling and thumping and flopping. And I was like, oh my God, like she's pissed. But I didn't realize when I leaned back in the recliner, I had her pinned. And I was like, Jesus, I felt so bad. I'm like, I might have broke her. Like, I didn't. So anyway, she ran out,
Oh,
and then Kelly got her, and then Chloe's like fat butt sitting underneath there trying to get her out, decided to hiss at me, and she never hisses at me. So
really?
I'm like, we need a solution for this. So I don't know. I was like, we could put a board there, but I think what I'm gonna do is I have an excess of pillows.
Hmm.
Just like I don't know. They were in our spare closet when I was getting it ready for guests. I kind of cleaned them out, and I think I'm just gonna shove a bunch of pillows down there to where they can't get back there, right?
Yeah,
As long as a recliner will still come up and down. That'll
right.
fix being back there, but it was okay. They're used to it now. And I don't know. Yeah. So it's okay. They don't get along the best, but they did fine. It
That's
was
what I
more
wondered because I
yeah.
remember you saying they didn't always get along.
Yep. They usually don't like but the house is so big here that they kind of just put up with each other.
Yeah.
So now in a smaller space, there's less of that going on. And Chloe would get up on the recliner or the table, and we had the blinds closed, right, while we slept. Well, she would do this. She stands up. A lot of cats do this. They do like this with their front paws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she does that sometimes at the doors or the mirrors or whatever. Well, she did it on our blinds. So you hear dum 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 dum. And I was
They're
like,
so loud.
and I told him I was like, we need to raise the blinds like this much because they want to see out. Like
Oh, yeah.
when it's dark, it's not like they can see in anyway. So
Yeah.
that was fun. Anyway, I know enough on that. But yeah, it worked out okay. I think it's gonna be fine. They meowed most of the trip, which was 2 hours. So I don't know how they're gonna do. I mean, we had them in a smaller kennel though, like for a cat, but I want to get one of the bigger ones, not super big, but the bigger ones like dogs use that are more open.
You can get medicine for them to travel with too.
I know. I actually have some because when Chloe was struggling with Simba, he gave me
Yes.
some anxiety medicine, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to be able to probably I think a bigger kennel will probably be better.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it worked out good. Overall, it wasn't terrible.
Okay. Level 2 lockdown. So, just a quick mention, my daughter's school was on lockdown for threat of a shooter, although there was no proof of one. It says level 2 lockdown has been lifted in all city schools. Buses are on normal schedule. We took a proactive approach to our students and staff while emergency responders were committed to an active threat in another location.
So they're getting phone calls from a lot of people,
I'm sure.
or the same group, maybe even. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, in the local news report, at one point was reporting an active shooter, but then other places were saying it was just a threat. So I don't know. I'm gonna check into Facebook real quick and see. Oh, it was a hoax. Yeah. So it was a hoax. That's I mean, that's good and it's annoying.
Yeah, very annoying.
Yeah. So, it's scary for the parents and the students that were, thinking that something was happening. And
Yeah.
I mean, we're always thankful that it wasn't happening, but it's It's incredibly frustrating. And I really do hope that they figure out who's doing this. Is not our first time this
No.
year.
And like I said, it happens more than we even know. They get those and then they don't say anything.
Yeah. Well, this one, they must have been had some credibility to it, because they barricaded students at the school, not at my daughter's school, but at the school where it was threatened at. And there was a heavy police presence there.
Yeah.
So I just hope that they're prosecuting the people that are doing this, and that they're finding the people that are doing this, and that are able to prosecute them. Because you never hear about those people having any consequences, you know?
Well, unless they trace calls, they're never going to know.
And I don't know how the threat came in. I don't know that it came in on a call. I don't know that it, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. They don't tell you really where the threat came from or how.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, gosh, it's just sickening.
Yep.
All right, I'm taking my first picture of this live here.
I think I have all my stuff packaged. I got this one. I need to go get those envelopes, so I'll be right back on that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll be right back.
I'm taking pictures of little crystal figurines today. And I think I already sold the 2 that were actually Swarovski crystals. And these ones, some of them are branded and some of them are a brand called Zoo. And I've sold those before. They're just not as valuable as the Swarovski ones. And I don't think this little... Oh, wait, this one does have a mark on it. Oh, boy. I think I might have to go get my jewelry loop. I don't know if I can read this one. Iris, it says. I'll have to look him up. It's not one I'm familiar with. And it's a little golfing guy. Here, I'll show you guys. It's a golfing bear. Who needs a little crystal golfing bear? He's got the golf club and the ball and everything. And the beret. Oh, but I love selling these little things. They're so easy to ship. Oh, there he is. He's like $12. Look at this little guy, Gail.
Oh, let me switch my screen back. Oh,
little golfing bear.
I like that. The multicolor.
Yeah.
Perfect. Erin, you usually use boxes more than envelopes, huh?
You know, when I've been shipping those stamps, because they're in those CD cases, I'm using the padded envelopes.
Oh, okay. Well, we might need to talk when I'm done. I could send you some of these for the shipping costs.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to, you know, I might keep just a few in case I want to send packages to the kids or something like that. But
yeah,
you know, even then I could just buy stuff.
These, I used my coupon last time for these.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if I even use my, like, I have like all of these kind, which is the eBay kind. This is the smaller, like 5x7, and then about the same size a generic kind that I like.
Yeah, I think these are like 8x10 that I'm using, or something like that.
Yeah, now these are the littler ones. They're not like the tiny ones, but they're...
So the little ones, what I do is, like, when I ship jewelry, I'll put it in one of those like jewelry boxes like what you gave me, and then I'll put it in a padded envelope like those smaller ones. Okay. I've got those too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not it. I don't know. They're like 5x7 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the kind I mainly use. And then I have some really like taller ones, like 13x11s, that I use sometimes when they don't fit. But most of my stuff is in one of these kind of things.
Yeah.
And then I have the poly bags, or yeah, just the typical poly bags. I need to see if I actually have used my coupon for the last eBay. If I
I know I
didn't,
used mine. I used a poly bag this week just for a stuffed animal, but I don't sell too many of those.
yeah.
And we have a visitor.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, Ken.
It is
Our-
Mr. Glass half full himself.
I know.
Yes.
Your
Ever
comment
the
was right.
optimist. Ever the optimist.
And I'm like, that sucks. No, it sucks. It really does, Ken. I get what you're
Oh.
saying, but you know what? eBay is not supposed to allow them to abuse it. And when you report it and it's obvious, they should give it back and take it from the buyer. They
Agreed.
don't do that. They don't
Yeah.
take it from the buyer.
Yeah. I wouldn't be happy about it either. But
Would you say
it's-
the shipping was, Aaron? $40 or something?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a whole different one. That one is technically my fault, the one with that higher end shipping, because
Okay.
she paid $20 to have it shipped to her. So it's partially my fault and partially her fault. It was this blanket that I sent out, and I don't know what this blanket looked like in new condition because I received it, used. And I was selling it for charity. And she wrote back and she said, "Hey, this blanket has been through the washer and dryer. Look at this corner." Well, I pulled up the picture and it's obviously that way in the picture. So if she had just looked closer at the picture, it wasn't hidden. I wasn't trying to hide. I just didn't write it in the description because I didn't know. I didn't know that had
You
been through the
overlooked
washer
it.
and the dryer.
Yeah.
So anyhow, she's sending it back. It's going to be on my dime, whatever. I'll try and sell it again. But then the charitable organization's only going to get a smaller portion of that,
Yeah.
because I can't take a $40 hit on postage.
yeah,
because she
for
couldn't look at
sure.
a picture,
Yep.
and I'm not going to ask for eBay to send me $6 back out of 40,
Right.
like it's
I
not even
would.
worth it at that point.
So I told you the $225 picture that I sold.
Yes.
The guy says it doesn't fit. I'm like, okay, well, send it back. And when they ask you the reason, just say doesn't fit. So instead, he chose wrong item sent.
That's painful.
Okay, so then when I'm getting ready, I get it back and I'm like, okay, I'm going to refund the buyer the full cost less the shipping.
Right.
And then in there, normally it says like $225 refund less fees, like eBay gives you your fees back.
Right.
And the difference. Well, they didn't. And we're talking $31 in fees. So
They should have given you the fees back.
They didn't. So I refund
Really?
the buyer and then I contact eBay and I'm like, what the hell? Why haven't you done this? And the lady's like, oh, just give it 7 to 10 days. I said, no. I'm like, eBay, you always do this. You tell me wait 2 or 3 weeks. I patiently wait. And then you're like, oh, well, it's another 10 or 15 days. And it's just this long drawn out thing where I'm the one having to prompt you for this. And she's like, ma'am, can you just wait 7 to 10 days? I said, no. I said, look at all these others that I've had refunds on. You can clearly see where I'm getting the fees back. Why am I not getting it back? Yeah, they're not, I will not forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah, never.
And anytime you wrongfully, note that they wrongfully or abused the return reason before to get the shipping back, remember I told y'all, you have to keep following up because they won't do it.
I have never not seen that fee automatically get refunded though.
You haven't?
I mean, I've always gotten the fee. I've never had to provide that difference between the fee and the refund.
Well, what are you saying? So you refund the full amount and you don't get the net back?
No, like, okay, so that lady with the blanket, right?
Yeah.
Like when that comes back in, it'll say, here's how much you're refunding. Here's your eBay fees. This is how much the buyer's getting.
Yeah. And that net, no, but that net is how much they're going to take from you.
Right.
Right. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, so we're
Okay,
on
I
the
got
same
you.
page. Yeah,
Yeah.
so eBay will always break it down, saying here's how much the item was. You paid
Yeah.
this much in fees, and then the difference is this much. How we'll
Right.
take it from you? Well, because I get a daily payout, they took
Oh,
$160 from my account and the rest out of my payout. I'm like,
no.
I'm due $31. So of course they escalate it. I talked to this guy and he's like, okay, and he was in America, you could tell.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, that's weird. And and I was like, cool. And so he's like, yes, we'll do it. You should see in 24 to 48 hours, you should see the credit. That was Friday. And I still don't have the money. And
It
I
took
also
me a,
reported them for abusing the return
oh yeah.
refund. So now I got to wait on that.
It took me a month to get my $6 shipping back for the guy that sent the belt back and said it was not listed correctly when
Yeah.
it was.
It's well over a month normally. They don't,
Mhm.
it's almost like they don't do it unless I call them for it. So I'm not even asking them about that right now. I just want my $30 back.
Right.
So it's a real struggle.
Craziness, you
So
guys.
I mean, it's not like it's $3 in fees. It's $31 in fees.
Right.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
No, I get it.
I mean,
I
you
was
gotta
upset about
watch eBay.
$12, so
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're not consistent. Like if I wasn't paying attention, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, da da da. You
they
know,
would just let it go.
yeah.
Almost like it's
Nobody
their
would.
policy to not police that.
I wonder if they just randomly stick in the, adding it and not adding it just to see if you'll notice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's not cool.
Yeah, no, I always pay attention to that when I'm sending a refund. So the one return, remember you guys, I'm on my third return, right? So my streak should be over.
Yes.
The very first
Hopefully.
return, the gentleman never sent it back. He opened the return, I accepted it. He never sent it back. It was a $5 item with like a $3.50 shipping fee. So I mean it was under $10. He never sent
Yeah.
it back. So they did release those funds, but they held those funds for as long as it took him for not send it back, plus a week.
Yeah.
So now I'm waiting for the gal in California with the necklace. She openly admitted, she's like, I purchased the wrong item. I went back, I looked at your description, it said clearly in capital letters, and she says, and I missed it. So thank God she was honest. So at least I know when I refund her, I'm not losing any shipping, right?
Right.
Now, this one with the blanket, I'm having to pay the shipping both ways because the way that she reported it is item arrived damaged. And so it's charging me the return shipping.
Yeah, instead of not as described or something
Mhm.
like that. I mean, isn't that normally like arrived damaged, meaning it wasn't damaged, but now it like the shipment it got damaged?
Right. But when you look at my pictures and the pictures that she sent me, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
So it's not been damaged since I shipped it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because of the way she opened the return, I'm going to have to pay for that. And unfortunately, that's an item that, again, that I am selling for charity. It was donated to an organization that I work with, and I sell things for them on eBay. And 100% of the profits go to them. I don't typically keep anything out of those sales, but I'm going to have to lower that to 50% so that I can recoup that cost of having it shipped back and forth.
Yeah, and that's okay. At least you can do that. Thank goodness, right?
Yeah.
But as an individual, you would be out $40 or whatever it is.
And I will report her abuse of that system.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let that fly. If I put a clear picture up there, and I take close-up pictures. I take pictures you can zoom in on. It's not like one single blurry picture, right?
Yeah.
I had two pictures in there. I mean, it was a blanket and pillows. How many pictures can you take, right? Front and back.
Yeah.
It's all there. And if the closest part of the blanket to the picture, like the part that was in focus the most, if you would have just clicked on that or even scrolled over it, like on your phone, on the app, you have to zoom in on it. But on your computer, if you mouse over that, it highlights it. It automatically zooms in for you. If she took 1 second and looked at that, she would have seen exactly the pictures that she sent me are exactly the same as the pictures in my listing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
but like eBay could be a stickler saying, well, you didn't note the flaw, you
no,
know?
I didn't, because I didn't know it was a flaw.
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm selling it as is. Here's a picture of the item that you're getting. Here's the condition it's coming in. It's marked as used,
Yeah.
pre-owned.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Maybe she just was disappointed in her purchase. It was a large purchase. It was a $120 set.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Mm.
I'm super sad for, for our group that, they could have had that money, but
Yeah.
I mean, if she
Well,
doesn't want it,
maybe
return
you
it.
could
But
just still resell it, just note the flaw
yeah,
and someone else might buy it. So,
yep. I'm definitely going to put it back out there. It'll sit there at least until March. If it doesn't sell by March, I'll put it in our annual garage sale. So this group that I work for, Christian Clearinghouse, they have an annual garage sale. Things come in. There's, I don't pull out a lot, but I pull out some of the higher priced items to put, like $120 blanket set, right?
mm-hmm.
And I list it on eBay for them. And that one I've had since last year. So if it doesn't sell again by March, that means it'll have, a year of time on eBay. If it didn't sell, then I'll just put it back in the garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've sold like paintings for them, printer ink, shoes. There was somebody donated a pair of Gucci shoes, and I was like, yeah, let's list those.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna walk in here and pay $60 for those. So things that we really could get the value out of them. Now, obviously, there are plenty of items that any reseller could come in there and buy to resell still in the garage sale. But just some of the higher price things that I find. And there's jewelry and things that they take to a local jeweler and, sell there too. So, but we just, we're trying to get the most that we can out of the items that people donate for the organization, because that's their biggest fundraiser.
Yeah.
So it's just frustrating. I mean, if it was just my blanket and I messed up, okay, fine. But it's not my blanket and I didn't mess up, but I'm paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Super frustrating.
Right.
Oh, it'll be okay. But I've had gods of sales other than those, that have been just fine in the past few weeks. So
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, tons of stamps, tons of jewelry, random stuff. I sold a stuffed animal the other day. I think I've had for 2 years. Yikes. I've been listing a lot more, and so I'm pretty sure that's why, my sales have gone back up.
That is always helpful.
I know. That's part of why I'm like, okay, I need to start listing. This is ridiculous. I'm making sales, but they're not. They're like little tiny sales. So
yeah. You guys, I am amazed every day at what people will pay for a set of stamps for, rubber craft stamps. It is amazing. I'm selling them anywhere. I've got my $9.99 sets, right? But I'm still selling others at $30, $40, $50, and one was $60. And I've got one listed for $75. Like, I'm a crafter. I'm a stamper. There are things that I will buy that cost that much, but it is not one set of stamps. I can tell you that.
Maybe they're doing it as a business, or I don't know.
These are all retired sets, so you can't go into a store and get them. I understand, but some of them I don't understand the draw. But this isn't necessarily a brand that I've ever sought out either. So maybe it just has a very devoted clientele.
Must be. Somebody's crazy now.
But I'm like, that's okay. If y'all want to pay me for these, I will ship them out to you. So.
Yep.
And I had one lady, my shipping and handling time is 3 days, 3 business days, just because sometimes I don't get stuff out the same day. And I had one lady that ordered one of the pieces of jewelry, and then a couple days later bought another one. And thankfully I hadn't sent her first one yet. So I wrote her and said, hey, I'm going to combine these, and I refunded her shipping, and she was super excited about that.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, at least one time that went in my favor, being a slacker.
Yeah. I've done that. Like, normally I'm quick to respond to offers and stuff, and I've
Yeah.
noticed that like if I'm a little slower, not intentionally, that it just gets bought. Like I got an offer on
Hmm.
something, I was like, I guess it's like $4 or $5 less than my asking, and I was like, I need to start clearing out stuff. So okay, I'll probably accept it, but I was out of town, and I'm like, I'll get to it
Yeah.
that night or when I had a lull. And then next thing I know, it sold. And I was like, oh, they changed their mind. They just bought it. Well, turns out someone else bought it at my asking price. So I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, sucker.
Ooh,
They missed out.
that is funny. Yeah, I usually respond to offers pretty quick, and I send them as soon as I can. As soon as they pop up in there, I send those offers out. And I'm at about probably a 40% acceptance rate on stamps for the offers on stamps.
Okay.
Those stamp buyers are like scooping them up as soon as they get a deal, it feels like. So
Yeah.
definitely sending those ones out.
Well, it won't be long that I'm going to be doing some big time discounts.
I have a 40% sale on right now for things that are older than 500 days in my store.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those are the ones that need to go. Ken, it looks like your family of bills back there is growing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get new ones every now and then. So yeah, I just got them all grouped up there. My listing crew back here.
The little family.
And your pine needles are holding up?
No, they're all over the place back there. Every time I actually had just set that back up there because I am going through a bunch of Christmas ornaments that I have to list that should be listed already. But last year in the summertime, I bought out at a sale. I bought somebody's whole Christmas collection, all of their stuff. They were going to move out of state. Okay. And we made a deal. I actually got a better deal on it. The one guy came out and he said, I bought everything for like $75. And we were working on a deal and we were over $100 for it. And the son came out of the house. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you everything for $75 if you help me bring the rest of it up from the basement.
Oh, so, wow.
It's like, sure, I'll do that.
Don't have to tell me twice.
And there were, and I sold, like, I would say all of the good stuff last year. There was a bunch. There was probably 30 to 40 like Christmas Village buildings. Okay. And they weren't Department 56 or anything like that, but they were good. And I actually sold a few of them on, that I listed. And then I got tired of listing them after I did like a half a dozen of them. Thought, okay, I'll leave these up. And I took a picture of the whole stack, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and sold like, I don't know, 26, 27 buildings for like $225. So
nice.
Plus I sold a bunch of other pieces from that collection, but I still have these boxes of stuff that I kind of have to go through.
Yeah.
That's good.
And most of them are smaller. This one I just pulled out. It was pretty cool. This little Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
But it's 1966, made in Japan. It's actually a matchbox, and it still has some matches in it. So
awesome.
And I was just comping that. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just comping and looking at different stuff. And it's doesn't have a lot of value, maybe $10.
Hallmark did some reproductions of those matchboxes. I've sold a couple of them.
So I did find though in there this little Santa Claus. It's like a bell. He's got bare feet under there.
Cute.
It doesn't really ring that, but the little tag, it is a Department 56. So that one's probably that again, another $10 or something, 10 to 15, maybe $12, but
yeah, but that's worth it to list something that small and easier to ship for that.
I'll probably group up a lot of these like little Santa Claus ornaments and stuff, just like as a lot of Santa Clauses.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some pretty cool pieces in here.
I brought, I went to the storage unit yesterday, and I do have Department 56, probably 100 of them.
Of ornaments?
Buildings.
Or buildings. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those are not listed. Why, Aaron?
Well, because they're in the storage unit.
Because she has a lot to list.
Because I've been listing stamps, and I've been living off of the funds that I'm making.
Oh, yeah,
from
perfect.
stamps.
Yep, things that'll sell. Get them out there for sure.
Yeah, no, so I brought 2 boxes of those full of buildings. Well, there's some buildings and some accessories, but there's about 100 buildings.
Oh yeah, I did find, so I sold all of those buildings I was telling you about. And then I started looking through some of the other boxes, and turns out I have like boxes full of all the people.
Mm-hmm. Those will go too. Are they
all
Limax?
The little, are they what?
Limax?
No, I don't know.
People.
I sold a ton of Limax Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a whole collection from somebody. No, I don't think they're Limax, but you know, just
I've sold Limax people before, and they did really well.
And I'll once I get to those, I will have to see if there's anything, but I'll probably just lot those all up as a lot of the village people. Maybe I'll find an Indian in there and a construction worker. We don't know.
All right, I need to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. I've been chatting with eBay on their chat. Like, what the hell happened to my $31?
Uh-huh.
And they say, he said, I will send a manual refund request for this one, Gail. I'm like, you were supposed to do that Friday. They said it'd be available by now. They're like, you did one Friday? Let me see. I was like, yeah. So now he's like, the refund takes 5 to 7 business days to review. And I'm like, he told me 1 to 2. He's like, I'm sorry, it's just we're overloaded. I'm like, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Like, can I get my money back? And it should have been deducted instead of you taking it out of my account to begin with. He's like, you're right. So he's like, be patient, rest assured. I'm going to put this on your priority list, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, I'm skeptical. So what's my new time frame that I have to wait? Because I know I'll have to contact you again, because by then I'm sure it's not going to be on my account and I'm going to have to call you again. So what date range do I have to wait for? Let's see. What do you say? We'll have to see about that. When is the new? Oh, wait, that's my response. That's when is the new time frame I have to wait. Just to be safe, please do contact us back on the 19th if the funds does not reflect on your Visa card. 16th, so. Oh, he said on my Visa card. Why wouldn't they just credit my account?
Yeah, that's odd.
I didn't even look to see if they did put the money on my Visa. I was just expecting to see it on the, you know how you can see your fees and charges?
Yeah.
That's where I expected to see the refund, because that's where they normally put it.
You ever notice that they seem to be able to take the money within a matter of minutes, but because it's electronic, but if they're going to refund you, it takes 3 to 5 business days, 5 to 10 business days.
Yep. Okay, so I did look. It didn't credit my Visa yet or MasterCard, but I'm like, why isn't it just crediting my eBay account? We'll see what he says. Whew. I'm trying to find where I go to see if I did use my discount, because I'm thinking, I don't know if anybody's watching or who's interested. If I haven't used my seller discount, I might use it and have it shipped to somebody who wants to just reimburse me for that $3 or whatever difference it ends up being.
Yeah.
because I won't be needing those. So I'm retiring. So happy. But I'm trying to find out if I'd used it yet. And I always struggle trying to find out where I go to get it. I know it's on the seller dashboard somewhere.
What thing are you looking for again?
To see if I use the store discount of $25 for the quarter.
Oh, okay.
Because I was thinking I could do the purchase using that coupon. And if somebody wanted the actual, like wanted something, then they could just give me the difference of what I actually pay, and then I could have them ship it
Okay.
directly to that person.
I see.
Kind of an incentive for one of you guys, an extra seller discount. Because I'm not going to use whatever I order. I won't use it. I'll just end up having to give it away.
Yeah.
So I know some of you were on here earlier, but we had a hoax threat called into one of our local schools. And so for a while, some parents didn't know whether or not there was actually an active shooter at one of the county schools here. And so like the whole county, like all the schools shut down and were on lockdown, and they come in and tell you it's a hoax. And then like, there's like, we have a group message with some friends of mine, and we're all having all these very strong mixed feelings between, the scared and the is it a hoax, and the, now we're mad. And
Yeah.
there was a group message. I just had to take a moment and go respond, share my feelings really quick there.
Yeah.
Because we're all just super frustrated. Very glad that it's over. And the other problem that I struggle with is that, if it had been Nate or Kayla, they would have been the first ones to text me and said, "Hey, we're okay, Mom. Here's what's going on." Elizabeth's pretty oblivious. She doesn't hear like side conversations. She doesn't pick up on things like mannerisms and, this teacher spoke to that teacher and things like that. She just kind of goes with the flow and does what they tell her. And I don't know how actually scared she gets. She's never, this is the first time this has happened, but she's never talked about being scared or anything. She just says, "I had to sit in the art room for 3 class periods." She's like, "I missed my other 2 classes." That's the kind of stuff that she gets frustrated about.
Yeah.
So it's to a degree, it's harder for me now with Elizabeth being in school than it was with my older 2. And it just didn't happen as often. So I just get so mad. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go refill my coffee.
Okay.
Package it on the porch. Get it off the floor.
That's funny, Paul, that you put that about retirement. I kind of had to chuckle a little bit. My dad was laid off, pretty close to when he was getting ready to retire, within like 5 years. And so, here he is, 5 years from retirement looking for a new job. He thought, I really should just work these next few years. And he found a job. It wasn't what he was doing before. It was a lower management than what he had been doing. And it was lower pay. And he was having to learn this new system and all these new clients. And about 2 months in, he was like, "You know what? I'm just going to retire." He's like, "It's not even worth it." He's like, this isn't working out real well for me. So he ended up retiring early, which we're really thankful he did. He ended up having some heart trouble and some other health problems, which are managed now. But we're really glad that, he wasn't working, and we're trying to deal with all of that too. Well, to some degree, he worked through part of it, but not through all of it. So, but yeah, he was just like, "You know what, forget it. I'm just going to retire." My stepmom had retired a couple years before that, so I think he was ready anyhow.
The eBay guy says, yes, Gail, the fees will be credited back to you. So please remove this from one of your burdens. I said, I will after I see the credit.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. After you see the credit.
You can tell they're not from here.
Well, either that or they have some like phrases to choose from,
Mm-hmm.
Scripts. That's what I was trying to think of. They probably have a script to some degree.
Okay, Erin, where is it on the Seller Hub that I go to see if I use my $25 store coupon?
Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
I Google eBay store coupon every time to find that.
Okay.
It should be like if you click on selling
let me see
and
if
you
I
get
can.
that dashboard, it should be on the bottom left, but I can never find it.
Yeah, there's like
Let me see if it.
Seller Center, eBay shipping supplies, but that's not it.
Yeah, click on eBay shipping supplies because your coupon will show up at the top of that screen.
Yeah, it doesn't. So maybe doesn't it normally say if you've already used it?
Yeah, it'll tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If you go to the eBay store on
there's
eBay, hey Tommy. Tommy says subscriber discounts.
Yeah, I don't see it on the Seller
Tommy?
Hub.
Yeah, because I'm looking at subscriber discounts. Manage. It was at like my eBay, manage my store, subscriber discounts, and eBay shipping supplies. And mine shows where the coupon code should be that it was already redeemed.
Okay, so I need to go to manage my store. I think that's where I'm not at. I'm at the Seller Hub. So
okay.
Manage my store.
Good to see you, Tommy. Hope everything's going good.
Morning, sir. Seller Hub store subscriber discounts.
Subscriber discounts. There it is. Okay. eBay shipping supplies. Oh, I have not used it yet. Okay, cool. So what I was going to do, y'all, Erin, you were away, but
yeah.
I was telling Ken that I can order supplies using my discount, and I should be able to tell them to ship it somewhere else. Right. So I was thinking, like, if somebody wanted something, I could order it on their behalf and maybe just pay me the net of what I end up spending.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody's interested, let me know. If not, I guess I'll use it and then.
So just pay you the difference in that? So you're basically giving away 25.
Yes.
I don't know. What is your?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. So
we'll talk.
Yeah. Tell me what you'll want, and then whatever the difference they charge me, like with tax and everything. Normally I get like the cheapest thing or whatever. I know, like I get those padded envelopes, and I end up only paying $4, $5, whatever, depending on the prices keep going up on their stuff. But anyway, yeah. So basically giving away my $25 discount, and I should be able, when I check out, to say here's the address to send it to.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do, because if I order it, I will not use those supplies. So
yeah, let me look at the supplies here, what I might need, and I'll hit you up here at some point.
Yeah,
that'd be great. I'd appreciate that.
I'm pretty well the end of December to do it, so no rush. And then Erin, I'll probably get with you if you want to just pay for the shipping on some of the supplies I have that you'll want.
Yeah.
So instead of not pay for the items, just the shipping.
Let me know whenever you're ready to.
Yeah, and then whatever you don't want, then I guess we'll open it up to everybody else. So you get first dibs on that.
You'll get some takers on those.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
be interested to see what you have.
yeah, Ken, you'd probably be interested in all my poly bags and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have bubble. Don't have a lot of. Well, I do have boxes too. So I don't know. It's a lot of stuff here and there. So
Okay. Yeah. As soon as Erin is done, getting what she wants, we'll hook up and
okay.
do that. That's great. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I figure because not everybody uses the same kind of things. I use a lot of bubble mailers and some poly bags because I sell some clothing, but
Uh-huh.
mostly bubble mailers, and then I do have boxes too. Okay, cool. So that's good. I
Uh,
did not use it. I'm also in the process of turning off my global shipping because someone in Canada opened a case that they wanted to cancel because they did not get their order. I'm like, this is tracking. It's tracking. So,
Yeah.
like the tracking didn't disappear, thank goodness.
Don't they have to have 90 days though for that before
I
they can
don't
cancel it?
know, but I don't know, but they still had the money on hold.
Mm.
And I was like, y'all need to shut this down. It finally got delivered. I'm like, give me my money back.
Oh yeah. If it
They
finally
didn't
got
release it.
delivered, they need to take care of that right away.
Yeah. eBay sucks sometimes, I swear. I swear. Let's see. I've been using my freeze dryer like crazy.
oh, really? What kind of
Yeah,
things are
you
you doing?
started to tell me about that a while ago, and we never finished that conversation.
Yeah, so I bought a freeze dryer, and my mom has special requests that I'm doing. So I'm doing vegetables, like broccoli, carrots, bell peppers, onions, garlic, potatoes.
Sounds like soup starters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but she wanted green onions, celery, and bell peppers. So I've done that, but I also made some celery powder, a couple of pickers. Hey, I've also freeze dried some ice cream
What?
sandwiches.
They're still alive. Didn't even know they were still out there. Now, welcome in, guys. Hope you're doing well. It's probably Lisa, right?
Probably.
Okay, sorry. Back to the freezer.
But yeah, so I've been just freeze drying a lot of stuff. And we actually, I know it's stupid, but we ordered a freezer, a stand up freezer, just because we have a deep freeze that's full. And, if you pre freeze the food before you put it in the freezer, then it processes faster. I mean, it's already a 24-hour process, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
so
I saw a
anyway,
girl on TikTok that was using one. She said the same thing. She pre-refrigerates or pre-freezes.
you don't have to, but then the machine has to freeze what you put in it before it can start drying it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it definitely shaves off, probably 4 hours or so of processing time, but miss some Hooters. Yeah, but I did some little scoops of ice cream with the little scoop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put those in today, so I'm excited because those apparently are pretty good. But I've done Skittles. That machine is literally running almost all day, every day.
Getting some use. Do you mind if I ask what you paid for?
Really?
2,600 plus tax. And right now they're 500 off, which I think is still around 2,600 because they apparently went up on their price. Like
So
the beginning of the pandemic, I think it was 1,500. So
how much electricity are you using for that then?
I don't know. Like a lot of YouTubers will use a kilowatt meter thing
Mhm.
that they plug it into, and they'll tell you how many kilowatt hours they used during that cycle. Um, and it looks like it's around $1 to $2.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. Because you would think it would be a lot because it's constantly running. But I'm like, if I'm running it 24/7 and it's $2 per batch, let's say you get a whole day in a batch, that's $4 a day
Right.
for 30 days. That adds up. So,
Oh, Lisa's having to take a real job.
that sucks. Is that what you wanted, or did you not want to do reselling anymore? Or is he better at it and he stays home to do that?
I'm in
I don't know.
I'm in a really great position for reselling because we don't depend on my income from reselling to pay the bills. Our bills are paid with my husband's income, so whatever I have is, extra. We have no debt after 2 years of me doing this. Oh, it's her choice. She's always better. Absolutely, dear.
That's the attitude.
So luckily I don't have that. I know that can be stressful when this is your full-time gig. So
yeah, I mean, I think because Kelly and I got married that I kind of realized, well, I'm not taking advantage of it. I'm actually using my savings money to pay my obligations, but
yes,
I'm just like, the stress kind of was taken away for sure.
yeah. And again, there's been times where, my reselling has taken quite a dip. And again, that doesn't hurt our bottom line here. The mortgage is still getting paid. And
yeah.
Speaking of being out of debt, we did take on a little bit of debt with my new van, but I definitely make enough to make the van payments. But again, even if I wasn't making the van payment, we would still be okay.
Yeah.
So basically, she's getting a job to get away from Rob. Hey, Cameron. Good to see you.
Yo, hey, Cameron.
She can only take so much of Rob now. Cameron, I just saw your video where you were digging around in that creepy basement, and you only left with a handful of things. I was screaming at you, Cameron, because you put down those paint chips. You had those 2 big, huge paint chip books. You should have bought those.
Paint chip books?
Oh, really? They have good value to them?
Yeah. The big ones that the interior designers use. They have like it had a real, the ones he passed up. Oh, someone else told me about that too. The ones he passed up had a real nice plastic cover on them, and they kind of swing open. Not because of finances. Online is doing great. Just need to do something different. Yeah, we totally get that, Lisa. Yeah, definitely a change of pace. And I've done that even with, jobs outside of reselling. I've never stuck to one more than like 10 years. Sometimes you just need a change of pace, which we all get that way. Yeah, that was the only thing, Cameron. I know there was so much stuff there. That was kind of a lot of odds and ends that you were looking at in that one. But that was the only thing I was really screaming. I was like, no, don't put those down. Does it dance? Yes, there it goes.
It's like you push them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm looking up those. There was a number of those in here. Different.
Oh, nice.
That looks like Mr. Bill upside down.
You might need to
I should paint it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good idea. I should do that. A little pig.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
He looks like he's leaning forward to throw up. Eat.
Couple of creepy clowns.
Oh yeah. Oh, here I got. Well, I guess he's.
What are you going to do, Lisa?
There's my creepy clown.
I want to know.
He's not so creepy.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
don't
nice.
drop it, Aaron. Working for Cat. Come on, Tommy. There's Tommy. You gonna be a teacher?
I'm working through my little crystal pieces here. I've got this one little piece that has come unglued off of something, but I don't know what. It doesn't seem to go to any of the pieces that I have. Maybe it's just garbage. But I do have to re-glue this fish. He came off of his little stand. I'm going to grab the super glue here real quick, guys.
Okay, this one is
super secret job.
Secret. What?
Intriguing.
Oh, she said, wait.
Secret shopper.
One. Says you would be shocked to know what I'm going to do.
You can be a secret shopper. Is that what that means?
Rockstar or Reagan. Oh, she said, I can't say it's one of those super secret jobs you can't talk about.
Yeah, so I guess we'll never know then. I did a secret shopper. Yeah, they like Planet Fitness. They paid us like $25 to go into Planet Fitness and act like we were interested.
Yeah.
They believed I was interested.
I signed up for one of those companies, like you download the app and you can be a secret shopper, but the very first one I didn't do right. And then I was just like, okay, forget it. I can't do this. But they still keep messaging me and asking me to do the ones at Cedar Point. One of these days, I just might go back and do it.
Yeah. I keep getting the messages too.
But like, I mean, I don't have the app or anything anymore, but they still have my email address. So they keep, usually at the end of the season is when I start getting those. Well, the summer season there, because Cedar Point stays open for the fall too. But yeah, so I failed at Secret Shopper, guys. I'm good at a lot of stuff, but I think I just panicked. I did everything. Like I took notes. I had my phone with me. I put the order in correctly. I forgot to look at the girl's name tag.
Oh, okay.
And they give you a lot of criteria, honestly.
I'm really disappointed in me, dude.
Like a test. I can't do this.
I mean, they still paid me for it, but just the disappointment, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Aaron. It's too much pressure if you want to know the truth.
It's good.
Well, I mean, what did you have to do? I mean, to be a secret shopper, don't you just have to go in and kind of look at the conditions of things, see how the service was, buy something?
Yeah, it depends. Like the one that I did was for a Staples that had a print on demand center. So I had to go online and put in an order, and they give you like a budget, here's how much you can spend, whatever, get what you order, whatever you want. So I ordered some business cards, and then you have to go in, you have to make sure, they ask you, did somebody greet you? Did they ask you this or that when you checked out? And of course they want to know who the name of the person was that I talked to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's all these little check mark criteria things that, they want to know. Did they try and upsell you this? Did they say this to you? Did they say that? How did the store look? Was it clean? Did you have to wait long? So, I mean, there's not a lot to it, but just the amount of disappointment I caused made me think, okay, I'm not out for this. I probably could have gone back and done better somewhere else, but
they tell you in advance what they want you to look for, and so you're like, okay,
everything in advance.
It's not like, how was your experience? Were they rude? What did they do? Did they greet you when you walked in? It was like, here's what we need to know: what their name is, what their dress attire was. Did they greet you when you came in? Did they show you these facilities? It's like, oh,
yeah. So it's actually, I mean, if you've got time to do like a little side job like that, and you don't mind going into stores and getting free stuff, because you get free stuff, you get paid for what you do. Sometimes they've offered me mileage depending on how far it was, like for the Cedar Point trip. They give you some places, like I know the Cedar Point one, they have to send you a package and you have to wear this backpack. And it's got like prizes in it that you have to give to the managers while you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they do certain things, like there's one that you give them a prize, and if they don't do what they were supposed to do, you have to give them a letter. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. So, but it's interesting. And then like for like, I know the one at Cedar Point, they pay you in increments. Like for so many, if you go to so many places, you get like $12 at each place or something like that. Plus you get
Okay.
whatever food or drink or tchotchkes that you buy there are free. So it's interesting, and it's definitely worthwhile, and it's definitely, you can make some money doing it as a side job, I think. I don't know that you could do that full time, depending on which area you live in and how many jobs there are. And I'm in a smaller area, so I don't think I could do it full time.
I only had 2 or 3, and it was typically the same offer, the same place.
Yeah. I don't even know the name of the company I signed up under, but a friend of mine told me about it, and I just signed up after she did. But all right, I think my little fish is going to make it. She's got a little bit of extra glue. I'll clean her up later. Check out this little crystal. So I'm doing all my crystal stuff today, guys. Look at this little fish.
Oh,
sweet.
See, I had to glue her stand back on at the bottom.
Now, what is that piece exactly? Is it a jewelry piece, or
it's just a figurine?
What would you use it for? Just a figure. Okay.
Yeah. Like a little
crystal
cabinet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Swarovski?
This one is not. No. This one, here's a Swarovski ant, which I just sold him. I got to ship him out today. Excuse me. And then I've got a Swarovski cat. It's got a little tail.
Okay.
And
now, what does something like that go for?
I think the ant went for 28. I'd have to look the cat up, but it's probably in the same range, like about 30.
Okay. All right.
So those are Swarovskis, but the rest of these I have. There's another brand. It's called Zoo. And they're usually really well marked. I don't know if you guys can see this little tab here. There's like a little oval right there, and it says Zoo on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a brand to watch out for. They're not as high as Swarovskis, but they're a recognizable brand. And some of these are just not marked at all, but I sold one the other day that had no markings on it. What did she buy? She bought some jewelry. Oh, the panda bear. This really cute panda bear. He wasn't even marked. And I think she paid $25 for that one. So they're definitely, they're so tiny. I pour alcohol on them to make them shiny before I take a picture.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
The ant sold for $37. And I already shipped the panda bears. So let's see. How do I get to the rest of my sold items? Here we go. What did she pay for the panda? I know she got free shipping on the panda, but I included it with some other stuff she bought. Yeah, $30 for the panda, and he was not marked at all. So, but he was super cute and had a lot of detail to him. So I went ahead and aimed high on that one. Again, that one was only like he's 1.5 inches tall.
Okay.
So
those are pretty cool.
Yeah. So I like selling those, and then I put them in a little jewelry box with some foam and put them in a padded envelope, and they do just fine in the mail. What did I buy? I had a bunch of Swarovskis that I bought last year. I don't know where I got them or what I paid for them, though. Do y'all remember that?
Yep. I remember,
sure,
but
I droned on about it.
You got a good deal, and you got a good amount of money back out of that, or not back, but
yeah, no, they were totally worth it. Yeah. BMW is making their new gear shifts and infotainment buttons out of Swarovski crystal. $1,200. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Well, if it's a BMW, I guess you can afford it. Thanks, Cameron. Yeah, definitely watch out for miniatures. Like if you ever go somewhere and there's like a shadow box or like a crystal cabinet and there's other pieces, I would definitely give a look at the miniatures. Again, even if they're not marked. Swarovskis are very well marked. They're either a T or an S or a swan on the bottom. And then the zoo is usually an applied plaque that says zoo on it. There was another brand I was selling too. I can't remember what it was now. But I always grab them when they're usually cheap because they're so small. Nobody thinks that they're worth anything, you know?
Yeah.
This little guy, so I pick up pewter figurines too. This guy was a combination of pewter and the little crystal ball on top. So he's running in that 30 range too. But if you ever look, I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can see it. This brand, Spoontiques, is a really good brand in pewter figurines.
Okay,
and they're always,
Spoontiques.
Yeah, they're always really well marked too. But I've had good luck selling those too. The pewter figurines. I have to admit, there's one little crystal piece that I couldn't bring myself to sell. Do you guys want to see it? I had to keep it. Hang on, I'll grab it off my shelf in here. You're gonna laugh at me. Okay. This one is Swarovski, by the way. But look, it's a vase of flowers.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't drop it, Aaron. What's inside of it?
It's got the little colored crystals on the inside.
Wow. That's cool.
And it opens.
and the crystals inside are loose?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
So you can change the color if you want.
Oh,
God.
Got it.
There they all go, all over the desk.
I know. Last thing I want is for you to break it, showing it to us.
I know, right? But isn't that, well, I'm keeping this. I couldn't bring myself to sell that one. I just loved it.
$1,200 for the gear shifts.
Yeah.
And infotainment buttons. Wow.
Yeah.
I would imagine those crystals would just fall out.
Right?
You know, just from use, especially if it's a gear shifter. Just doesn't seem practical.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be one big knob, probably.
Oh, one big crystal knob.
That's what I wouldn't think it would be studded. That wouldn't be comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
But think of the fingerprints on that, though. That's what's driving me nuts.
Well, plus, anybody who looks in your car could just be like, let me steal that.
Right?
That's an easy flip.
So, my next one up that I'm going to take a picture of is this little truck. Oh, wait, it's a car, I guess. Wait, is it a car or a truck? I don't know. But this is another one it's an Iris brand, like the one I did earlier.
Looks kind of.
Yeah. It looks like a car from that end.
Yeah, I'd say it's a truck.
But it looks like a buggy from that end.
That's the back.
That's one end.
That's the back, though, right?
And I'm thinking this is the tail end with the red lights, right?
Oh, you would
like
think
maybe
so.
Maybe like a Model A.
Oh, geez. I don't know. Call it a vehicle.
Yeah.
Like if that was the headlights.
That looks pretty truckish, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, you can put car, truck, whatever in the description, both of them.
automobile.
Vehicle.
Yeah. But I'd put car and truck too, just in case somebody's
Oh
looking
yeah.
for
We'll
that. Yeah.
just word garbage it.
Yep.
Yeah, these look really good after you dump a little bit of rubbing alcohol on them. Nice and shiny.
Do they stay shiny or do they?
Yeah, not quite as shiny as when I first washed it up, but it's still, you still can see the sparkle on it.
So you do that right before you take photos? Is that what you
Yeah.
do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially these ones, they've been in a box for quite a while. And the one had some yellowing on it, but the alcohol took that right off. So I'm assuming it was just like maybe nicotine or dust or something. So.
I often think about that when I, say like clean up a pair of shoes or something, maybe a pair of leather shoes and they're all nice and shiny, like because they're kind of still wet a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I should take the picture right now. But then, somebody gets them and they're back to their regular, clean but dull look. And it's like, nah, better not.
Yeah.
Better not do that.
Now the crystal stays pretty reflective after you, even after the alcohol dries, but it takes off whatever dust and dullness is on them. Fingerprints. This it has these little black dots on it where the door handles are, and they look like little fleas on here. Oh my goodness, this is not photographing very well. I might need a gray background on that one. Where's my gray? I just had it. Oh, guys, what did I do with it? I just had this like gray vinyl sheet. There it is. Yeah, I had it. I'm going to try gray on this one. Most crystal I can get a pretty decent picture on white, but this one's not cooperating. Yeah, the gray is going to work better for this guy. Much better. This one is Iris, I think. Yeah, this one's Iris. So Iris is another brand of little crystal figurines. Get a measurement on that guy. Ken, what are you concentrating so hard on?
Trying to find some of these Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, just researching them now.
Figure I'll research them, and then as I do that, I'll just do sell one like this, make a quick draft.
That's what I have, a bunch of drafts. I had to wait for Elizabeth the other day because she took forever. Like, she's like, Mom, I'll be done at 4. Of course, I get to the school at 4, right? And sit there and wait and wait and wait. And I text her and I said, hey, I'm out here. And she says, okay. And I wait some more. But I had a box of stamps in the back seat. So I've got about 12 drafts ready to go. At least I had those with me. I could do something while I was waiting.
Yeah, I always like it. It seems like you work, a bunch making drafts. Like I say, I'm just comping all these and making a quick draft of them. Sometimes I'll complete the draft right now, but then after you get the photos done, then it's just like boom, 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 boom. You can do a whole bunch right in a row.
Yep. I at least want to save a draft with a price in it at a minimum.
Oh, this one.
Oh, this one's got a chip in the bottom. Let me see how much she's worth before I even worry about taking pictures of that one. I don't think there's any brand. Oh, nope. She's a zoo brand. I think I have one that's going into the parts bin. I'm not gonna mess with this one. Oh, she had a stand at one point. I wonder if she didn't break off of it. Somebody else has her listed with a music box stand. Yeah. So this one I'm going to actually, I'm going to put her into my parts bin in case I need a part later. Because sometimes I'll see if I can fix up one of them. I did have, I had a bunch of Swarovski pieces that had fallen off of that last lot that I had, and I couldn't figure out where they went to. So I just sold the whole lot of like 5 or 6 pieces for like $20, but they were just odds and ends. I didn't know what they came off of, and I just took pictures and measurements and did word salad in the description. Like I put like Swarovski pieces, animals, parts, because most of what I had was animals anyhow. So but somebody messaged me and just wanted one of them, and I was like, no, I just want to sell the whole lot. And then somebody came behind them and bought it all like a day later. Excuse me. But yeah, I think this lady here, so she's got a chip on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it's real sharp there.
Okay.
And somebody else has her listed with a music box, so I wonder if she didn't break off of her music
it was
box.
attached.
Yeah, I think it was. So that's okay. We'll put her in the parts bin. That's not a problem. Okay, so I was telling Ken about this. I went to a giant jewelry sale, and it was mostly costume jewelry. They did have one shelf with some silver and gold and pearls, but I didn't see any diamonds or anything like that. But it was, I think we counted 50 6-foot tables, 6 to 8 foot tables.
Okay.
And, hang on 1 second. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. Like all of a sudden I'm just congested. So the tables were covered, and just costume jewelry from end to end. There was no space left on any of these tables. As soon as somebody would come by and like straighten up a table, another lady would come by her and pull a bag out from under the table and put more stuff out. So we're talking costume jewelry, right? But rings, necklaces, bracelets, pins, earrings, like everything you could possibly imagine. It was so well organized. It was by color, and then each color had a section of necklace, bracelets, earrings, pins. And at the end of each row was like a card table size with like more pendants and brooches. So I actually ended up going in there for a couple hours every day for 3 days. But the building I was in, my phone wasn't getting a good signal. So it was like super frustrating. I just had to kind of go by instinct, which I did okay. I didn't do too bad. There's a couple pieces I'm gonna get rid of, but everything was $2.
Okay.
No matter what it was $2. Unless it was on that shelf again of the fine jewelry, the gold and the silver. Those were individually priced, and those weren't even bad price. Some of their sterling pieces were only around $10 or $14, so that was good. But it's a fundraiser, and they go to different churches and raise money for their mission trips. And so I found out about it, I think on Facebook. And when you're there, they give you a flyer for their next sale. And their next sale is actually pretty close to me. It's just northeast of me, because it's east of Toledo. And so I was like, I think I figured $140, somewhere around there. I know it was over 100, and I know it was less than 150. But I found a brooch in there that's like really hard to find, crown Trifari, and it's like $80. I mean, I haven't sold it yet, but it's listed, and I've got lots of watchers on it. So I was like, well, maybe I'll lower it a little bit and see how that goes, since I've got a lot of watchers and nobody's snagged it up yet. But I had a lowball offer real quick on it. And then I've got other pieces that I haven't listed, but I'll make my money back within like 5 pieces
Yeah.
That's awesome.
out of
Heck
like
yeah.
50, you know?
Yep.
So I'm super excited. But the next one is like the first weekend in December. So I'll probably head north up there. And I think Kayla's, my oldest daughter, will probably go with me too. So Mom went with me and picked out a few pieces. And I'm pretty sure that brooch that's $80 is one that she put down. And I was like, oh, I'll take it. And I messaged her. I'm like, is this that brooch that you put down? She's like, I don't remember. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it is. But there was
I'll see what's going on that date. Just because, you know, weekends in December are pretty prime time. But yeah,
it's
to be able to go do something like that along with somebody that knows what they're looking at. Not that I would even be interested in buying anything, but just learn, you know, a different category.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to go up there, let me know. It's the 1st through the 4th. And I'll message you guys when I figure out which days I'm going to go. But yeah, it was almost overwhelming when I walked in there because, you know, I saw the ad on Facebook and it said like giant jewelry sale. And I was like, no way. Yeah, no, they weren't kidding. It was an entire gymnasium, just table after table.
I would have asked them, like, when they kept putting more out, like, hey, can you just let me look at them all?
It was under every table.
Yeah.
They had bags and boxes stashed everywhere.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was.
You ever think about doing like a bulk buy, like $50 for all, or kind of that sort of thing?
Yeah. I'll have to ask them. I just, you know, it was my first time there and I was just so concerned that I saw everything that was out and then like going back through and see if there was anything that I missed. You know, I didn't really even think to talk to them about. And knowing that they keep it and go to another sale, I'm sure they don't have any like clearance things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll get some more information from the organizers probably the next time I go. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. There was this one pin that I picked up. And I really picked it up because the Girl Scouts are getting ready to work on their collage artist badge. And it was basically a miniature collage. And so I grabbed it and it had a signature on the back. So I thought, oh, I'll just look it up later. And that one was actually pretty valuable too. I think it was around $30. So I was pretty excited about that. So that's not going to the Girl Scouts. I'm going to sell that one. But I picked up a couple of the collage handmade pieces but that signed one was worth more, so I'm gonna sell that one. But yeah, there was, I mean, oh, I have one of those. Mine's scary looking though. Your guy looks nice.
Yeah,
I have like kind of a grumpy
those,
soldier looking one.
I have to see if I can see. I don't see any markings on him anywhere.
Mine has a brand name on him. I wonder if I still, well, let me see if I even still have him. Mine was had like a German name.
Yeah, I don't see any. Google Lens him and see.
I'm searching through my store here real quick to see if I still have mine before I go rummaging through the box looking for it.
It sees it as just a nutcracker when I Google Lens it.
Yeah.
And so there's a million. What would you call that? Just like a pull string dancing
puppet
nutcracker something. Yep. Let's see. Let's just put
all of that. Well, I'm searching my store for Christmas. I think maybe I'm going to put in Puppet and maybe get a few less things to sort through here. Let me see here. And I may have sold him already. Oh, I just sold some more stamps.
Awesome.
$31.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
There are a few. Again, not looks like about all these ornaments are going to be $10, $10, $10. Take an offer. Move it along. Oh, hey, there's that exact one right there.
Found
Oh,
them?
it's actually it's a Kurt S. Adler
Okay.
Nutcracker Soldier wood pull string Christmas ornament.
Mine
They're
is Terry
asking-
Floyd. That's mine. He's Terry Floyd. He's kind of, mine's a little grumpier
Okay.
looking though. And mine's listed, I got mine listed at 22.
$22. This one that I see that's like this is listed at $16.99 as a brand new one. There's another similar style for $15.
Now mine was dated
Where's your
1987. Did you find a
Yeah,
date on
see,
yours?
I don't see any markings. That's the thing. I'm only saying that it's the Kurt Adler because the other one that's listed exactly like it.
Yeah.
Which is always dangerous to list it as something just because somebody else has it listed that way.
I was gonna say, does the other one have like a tag or anything on it that you can see the Kurt Adler name? Or you could go back to Google and search Kurt Adler and see if anybody else has that one listed.
Oh, they're listing theirs as new because they actually have the bag for it that it was in
cool.
with the little shelf still attached.
Good deal. It's always nice to have that confirmation, right?
However, I do not. Yeah, Kurt S. Adler. Is there a date? This is a decoration, not a child's toy.
I think mine says
Do not enjoy this at all. So yeah, at least I can confirm that it is I can list it as the Kurt Adler wooden pole. So nice. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Okay, this little crystal Jack in the Box I have, I just wiped off the name off the tag with my alcohol rub.
Don't you hate that? Oh,
It's Crystal Caravan, so I'm going to look that up real quick before I forget it. Dang it.
yes, Harry. That is a couple of pickers in
It
the chat.
is,
At least
Harry.
I believe.
Check it out. Tommy's here. Lisa's here. Cameron's here. It's like back in the good old days.
The OJ.
All right. Crystal
Stream it and they will
Caravan.
come.
Yes.
Aaron, have you found a new co-host yet?
I have not. I have not.
You could go solo,
I thought about that.
like
Yes.
Ken.
It wasn't as much fun.
Well, it's kind of nice, and you can do stuff while, just kind of go back and forth and somebody to chat with instead of just like I have
Yeah.
to fill the void and talk all the time.
And it wasn't so bad. I mean, Lisa was in the chat with me last week. I mean, she wasn't on screen, but she was in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
That was helpful. Maybe Cameron will be my new co-host.
She's starting her interview process, so
There you
please
go.
apply within.
Put him on the spot there. I can't find anything for Crystal Caravan. Maybe it was like a Dollar Tree thing. Oh no, here's some more. They're just not the Jack in the Box. Harry's here. Harry's, let's see. It's the middle of the afternoon on a Wednesday. Harry's probably taking a break at work. All right, I'm just gonna shoot for the stars for $9.99 on this guy. I can't find out anything about him.
Well, that's a star right there. $999, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's like me. Tommy would agree. That's how I price my stuff. Real high.
Cameron's at his day job too. Darn. Wow, boogers. You're just gonna have to quit your job, Cameron. That's all there is.
I know. I'm like, what's up with this, everybody?
Mm-hmm. I know. All these
I
real job
that.
people.
I remember that. It's literally, I have been full-time reselling a year ago in October 1st, so it's crazy. Time flies when you quit your job.
Right?
I can't believe it's been a year. And Kelly and I are counting down his days to, his last day of being in the corporate world type thing. And it's like, wow, it's like that countdown is so damn slow. But once you're there and it happens, then it's like, crap, a year went by already,
Like, where did that go?
Yeah, it's like it always does that way, right? It takes forever to wait for that vacation time, and before you know it, vacation's over, and so is a party.
When you're exhausted from your vacation.
Yeah.
So, Gail, do you have, like, when everything's done, you're done with eBay and Kelly's done with his job and retired, what's the first big trip do you have planned?
We haven't planned it yet, but it's probably going to be Big Bend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big Bend. And then just north of that is, forget Guadalupe Mountain or something. It's like the highest peak in Texas. So we're going to climb that. Kind of as an accomplishment thing. It's like just a day trip thing. But so we're going to do all that. West Texas sucks. No offense if you're in West Texas, but there's like, it's literally, you have to fill up.
With all due respect.
You got to fill up at every gas station because you don't know. Like, there's hundreds of miles before there's another one, and there's just like flat land, desert, like nothing. So, and it's forever. Like, once you get past a certain amount of towns, and it's just like nothing until you get to Big Bend or very West Texas. So, it's not anything to look at. So I want to kind of like go a little north and then west and then south into Big Bend. And then from there, go up north and then east and then back to home,
Okay. Yeah.
It'll probably be it's going to be like a 2 or 3 month trip probably. But, yeah, if y'all care to watch it, the channel that we switched it all to is called Unhurried Days. And we've actually been posting videos. So the last one we posted was that we got an RV and the leak we repaired in it. The next one is like our maiden voyage, which I think is Friday. So anyway, so we'll be kind of documenting our trip every week. We'll upload. That's the plan.
How did I not know about that channel?
Well, I told you because the Small Town Picker channel, I switched to Unhurried Days, to No Bad Days.
Right. Yeah, I remember
Right.
that.
Well, problem is that it wasn't really getting seen. Like if I did search, nothing came up because there's a lot of videos and all that with that out there. So it kind of sucked because I couldn't even find my own channel without a
Mhm.
link.
Yeah, I
Had to have
remember
the
that.
link.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, maybe, over time, because sometimes it takes time for it to get in the system, but there's too
Yeah.
many channels with that title or that tag. So there's a popular song or two with that name. So it's like you're never going to be able to be found. So we went
Gotcha.
through all this other stuff and we found one called, we created one called Unhurried Days. And I'm like, it doesn't roll off the tongue very easily, but we were so tired of trying to come up with a name. We just
Yeah.
picked one.
Yeah.
There's no
No, I think that's a
competition
good
for
one.
Unhurried Days. There's like an Unhurried Living, and that's it. So anyway, and I was telling my brother about it, and he's like, if we had one and we'd call it the Slowpokes. And I was like, oh, hell, I would have picked that one. Like, I didn't even think of one like that. That just like rolled off his tongue, but it's probably taken anyway. But yeah,
That could be
so
misconstrued.
yeah, so we ended up, that's what we did. And so it's like from scratch. It's not like Small Town Picker is still Small Town Picker, basically.
Yeah.
I had to convert everything back. But yeah, so we have 45 subscribers. Yay! And which is good 'cause
46.
oh yeah. So I know that it's like authentic. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while, but that's okay.
Hey, I was just trying to be honest with her. I did
Did I
post the
miss a
link
joke
to
in there
Unhurried.
somewhere?
I posted the link for your Unhurried Days.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Thanks.
there.
What name?
Oh. Harry and Tommy are having a fun little
yeah, I saw that.
conversation
Big
here.
Ben. Yeah.
And Cameron wonders where I get it from.
I told you about the 96-mile hike Kelly wants to do, right?
Mhm.
What?
It's still on his agenda.
How many nights are you sleeping in a tent on the ground out there?
Well, however many long it will take us to finish the trip.
96-mile hike.
Because,
Yeah.
like, how long is the Appalachian Trail? You might as well just do that.
Oh, no, that's like 2,200 miles. Like, that's a 6-8 month trip. Like,
No, I know. I've watched videos about it.
well,
Yeah.
and what's worse is in the last 2 weeks, I started developing the plantar fasciitis on my right foot again.
Oh, no.
And it hurts like hell. And I'm trying to
Mhm.
baby it so it doesn't get as bad as it was. And maybe
Right.
I can reverse it. Like I've ordered new shoes. He bought the little thing for me to rub my foot on. Like I'm trying so hard to not make it over that
Yeah.
threshold where it's so hard to stand up. But
Right.
I'm like, if this hurts like this in March, which is end of February, early March is when we're going to do this. I'm like, I won't do it.
Right.
I'll be your trail angel. I'll bring you food and water, and, but I'm not going to do the hike. Not.
No, you can't hike like that. You just
We
can't.
actually went. I had a good foot day when we were in Huntsville. I went and we got on the trail like mile 16 to 17 and turned around. So 2 miles. It's an easy trail, very easy. So 26 miles. No, it's
96 miles.
96. Well, Kelly was like, well, you ran a marathon. This should be easy. I'm like, first of all, I was in better shape, and it's nothing. Right. It's like 4 times the marathon length. Yeah, I have seen their videos.
Yeah, I've seen lots of videos.
The trail is actually really easy. There's a lot of what do you call it? Poison ivy, which sucks. But yeah, it's a real easy trail. It's just going to be a matter. And I told him, I said, we'll just take our time. It may be 5 miles, it may be 10, it may be 2, right. And then that's it. So it's the longest trail in Texas.
I don't even want to drive 96 miles. I'm like, nah, I'm not going.
Yeah. Well, our goal is to get
I'm going to drive that far
as well. So,
I had started looking up information about hiking because as the Girl Scouts were getting older, I thought, eventually they're going to want to take a hiking trip and stay out overnight. Nope, they were happy in the cabins. they were not looking forward to any hiking. But now Elizabeth has joined this master camper group, and they are going to take a hike. So her and I actually have to start conditioning for that. It'll be, I think she said in April. But they did invite me to go along, so I'm going to go along too. So
that's cool.
But, it's not going to be it's just going to be one hike out, stay the night, come back in. So it's holy hell.
Well, we're gonna, wherever we do our camping, we're gonna, if they have trails like state parks and stuff, we're planning on doing all the trails. So this is just a little bit more of a challenge because you're carrying all of your sleeping gear and all that with you, but it'll be okay. I mean, as long as I can take my time, I'm fine. I'll be fine, but I just not if my feet don't work. So
Ken just ducked out on us, disappeared. It's gone.
Oh, did he? What happened? The length of your state. It could be. Some of the states are pretty small.
Is.
Definitely not the length of Texas. It's the length of like 2 cities in Texas.
Yeah, I think only Rhode Island's the only one that's smaller than Delaware, I think.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But there is one like near Beaumont or something that I think it's like it's called Trail Between Two Lakes, and it's like 50 miles or something. Like it's, I don't know, 35 to 50, something like that. It's less. And, I was like, well, we could do that one like first, kind of ease into it. He's back.
That might be a good idea.
That was operator error.
Okay, Tracy was having bad feet problems. Shoes make all the difference in the world.
Yeah. Well, I actually have the shoes meant for that because I went through all kinds of insole orthotics, and it was over a year before the pain went away. And so I started wearing flip-flops, but I got some New Balances from Goodwill, and I was wearing those every day. And I just remember one day at Sam's, we went, it wasn't like I was on my feet a lot, but all of a sudden I felt this bruised feeling on my heel, and I was like, no, like I'm wearing tennis shoes. I'm not wearing flip-flops. Why is this happening? And then I realized the insoles I had in there had no heel cushion.
Oh, no.
And so I got some new insoles. I've now since ordered new shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And now all I can do is just work it out. And I have some Ultras that I bought for my hiking. But I think with plantar fasciitis, like a toe drop, where your heel's a little higher is better because then there's less pressure on your heel.
Right.
And the shoes I have, I think it's like a 5, whatever, heel to toe drop. Okay. So, anyway, I have those and whatever. I'm just struggling with it, and I'm like trying, like, I know when I rub it, like with the little knobby thing that he bought me, that like makes it feel so much like I can get up and walk. So every time when I feel it, I'll sit down, take my shoes off, put it on, rub it, and eventually.
It's just enough to make you nervous and panic, though, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's debilitating, honestly. It sucks.
Right.
And it's weird to think, and I told myself, I will always stretch my legs because if you stretch, that helps it go away and helps prevent it. But I was like, oh, I'll make sure I keep doing that because I'll never want this again. And I was just like, I'll never get it again.
I just broke his little arm off.
Why?
Because I was trying to fix the wire on the balloon.
Oh, you're trying to straighten it or something?
Do you see his little arm?
Yeah.
It's still attached to the balloon.
You're going to have to get some glue.
And he's ripped his arm.
Poor guy. Don't laugh at his disparity.
Oh my God. No, I was twisting the wire because the balloon wasn't standing up straight. So I tried to. Damn it. I got super glue here from the last one I fixed. I just was so surprised that I popped off.
It happens.
I was just standing there like, okay. I have another cat visitor. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Come here.
1 pound.
Look at, he lets me pick him up like this. You're so weird.
He's like, stop.
Yeah, he just hangs there. Like he doesn't care. Want to say hello?
Hello, handsome.
Hi.
Hi, kitty, kitty.
This is the one that used to sleep with Scout all the time. He's the only cat that liked him. That liked the dog. I mean, he doesn't. The other two don't mind Rocky, but they didn't like Scout.
Yeah, that cat I gave to my ex, she loves one of their poodles. Like they're best friends. So I'm
that's
like, that's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
I'm so glad. I know she just wanted attention all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear him purring? No?
I can't hear it.
Sounds really loud to me. No, you can't go in there. I've got stuff and I don't need hair all over it. No, you can say bye though. Bye-bye.
Hi, kitty.
Bye-bye. This is the one that came to us, you know, free with a broken hip.
Free with future expenses. That's a deal.
He was a stray. I don't know if somebody was missing him or not. We had put some ads on Facebook and said, hey, we've got this cat, and we took him to get fixed, and we'll get his hip fixed, and nobody ever claimed him. So, you know, $1,200 later, we have a free cat. But he's a good cat. We've been happy with him. So I don't know that he was worth $1,200, but we felt so bad for him. His poor little leg was just like hanging there.
Ew.
I know. The funny thing was, like, he didn't seem like he was in pain. Like he wasn't like limping. He was just dragging it and carrying on. It was so weird. But
yeah, I've had animals with fractured hips or shattered hips from a car, and they just sit there and just looking around like they're not in pain at all, but you know they are. But yeah, it's weird sometimes how animals, like you know when they get injured because they yelp or whatever, but after that a lot of times they're silent. It's weird.
Yeah, that's how he was. I got way too much glue on here. They ended up like the socket where the ball goes in was cracked, and they couldn't get the ball to stay, and so they just took the ball of his leg off. You know what I mean? Like the ball that goes into your hip. They just took that off, and she said because of the way that their muscle structure is, that it would still stay where it was supposed to. He just wouldn't have that strength and that resistance, like when he jumps and things. And you can tell he only pushes off on one leg when he jumps, but it healed up and he's been fine. He's not had any problems with mobility or anything.
Cool.
But, you know, on a human, you would never take off the ball of their hip and say, okay, you're all set. It's so strange.
Yeah, I don't know. Would they?
So
wouldn't put it past them.
All right. Did I? Yeah, I put that on the right way. All right. Well, his balloon is just going to be deflated because I can't get it fixed.
Bummer.
Just keeps falling over. And I don't want to twist the metal part again. I'm afraid the arm will come off. Maybe I've got a pair of pliers. Maybe. No, I just took the arm off again. Dang it. I just got to quit messing with it. Now I'm going to have to list him as repaired. Sad little balloon. Oh my goodness. Surely when they made this, they didn't purposely make it so that the balloon was droopy, right?
I mean, maybe because, you know, maybe the string is droopy.
He's unbranded, which is not helping because I can't find anything about him. I'm going to try Google Lens here real quick. Well, that didn't work. Okay. It brought up a bunch of tiaras when I did Google Lens on this little clown balloon or clown crystal.
Well, there you go.
That was so dumb. How would you get a tiara out of that? I don't get it. Whatever.
And Facebook used to give suggested categories, and now they don't.
Oh, not at all?
No, now you have a drop down. Like when you do the drop down, we used to, like, if you had the word lipstick, it would know lipstick, you know, but no, you got to go through, you know, the health, beauty, makeup, lip makeup is what they call it. Effect. They want to know what effect it has.
Oh, geez.
Like if it's matte or whatever. I'm not doing all that. It's a bunch of BS. I just want the listing, that's all. Let me get through it, okay?
Getting cold out there.
Huh?
Getting cold out there.
Yes, it is supposed to be like freezing cold the next few days.
Is it winter already, or is it going to warm up again?
Oh no, we've had snow and everything.
It's winter though, like it's not going to warm up again. Like here, it's expected. Like I haven't looked. I'm just assuming now that it's chilly in the 50s, it's going to be in the 80s again.
Oh no, we no.
I mean, Thanksgiving typically we're wearing shorts and t-shirts because it's not warm enough. But no, actually Wednesday, next Wednesday, it's going to be a high of 70.
There was one year I remember we sat outside and ate Thanksgiving dinner, but that was one out of the last 20. So
yeah, next week be a high of 71, low of 56.
Next Tuesday, it peaks into the 40s, but a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see what Thanksgiving is supposed to be. Around here, 49.
Oh, wow.
So we got some cold days this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
we're going to have some pretty low wind chills coming up.
It's going to warm up.
26 is the high on Sunday.
Yeah. He's being needy again.
And that's your current weather report from the Rebel Junk Radio Network.
There you go. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Paul, where are you located, Paul? You said, oh, it's totally winter.
I think he's in Philadelphia, isn't he? Or in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Yeah, there's lows in the evenings down in the teens. Philadelphia, he's from.
Oh, goodness. Being ridiculous. He wants in the light box because it's warm up here with the lights on. No, you can't go in there. I broke the crystal on my own. I don't need you to help me. Okay. There you go. Ugh, now I feel like I got hair on my face. 40 highs, 20s at night. Yep. That's about what we're running into. We were going to have a couple days that were a little bit colder coming up here, but then, our 40s and 20s are going to be average. Yeah, that's what we're looking at too. Basically the same weather there. Elizabeth reminded me I need to put the heater out for the feral cats.
My mom does that too.
I have a box on the front porch. Huh?
She's got coolers with holes cut in them so they can go in and stay warm.
That's what we have. Well, it's not a cooler. I take a cardboard box and cover it in the trash bag and leave the opening, and then put a blanket in there with a seed heater. It's like for what you're supposed to put underneath your flat of seeds when you're trying to grow them in the greenhouse.
Oh, yeah.
But they only get up to 72 degrees, so we don't have to worry about them overheating in there. So anyhow, we put that in there, put a blanket in the trash bag around it. I've never seen a cat in there, but there's plenty of fur in there, so something's been staying. But we put food out in the garage, and then we put the heater out in the garage too. And then there's one of the boxes in the garage, but that one's not heated. The box on the front porch is heated, and then we put the heater by the food, especially like so the water doesn't freeze. You know, because feral cats. There's one that we trapped her and took her and got her fixed. She comes back the most often, and she's the one. She has never let us touch her, but she now lets us get within 5 feet, so we're making progress. And she doesn't like run away every time we open the garage door now.
My mom has those like that. She can actually pick some of them up now, but
yeah. And we don't have any that we can pick up for
he's
sure.
like, I have one that would be a good kitty. Come see. And she was holding it, and she's like, it's okay. And just the idea of me getting anywhere near them, she just like got skittish and ran. I'm like, that no.
No. I mean, it would take some time, right?
Yeah, not gonna happen. Sorry.
No.
Okay, let's see. There we go.
We did get rid of the raccoon, though.
That's good.
Did I tell you it was? Oh, I may not have talked to you guys since then. So I had seen the raccoon in the garage, and then I kept going out in the garage, and things were knocked over. Like it actually knocked over a big box of uranium glass, and I just wanted to cry about that. But it had also it had been on the top of all of our shelves and just knocked everything off as it went along, stuff that we had stored up there, like some Christmas decorations. I mean, they were fine. They're in plastic tubs, but the tubs were knocked over and things. And then the shelf where we have like all of our chemicals for like the garden and everything, it had knocked those over. And then I spotted it one day, and so we borrowed a live trap from a friend. And
Ken,
we
a gun.
We put the food out in the trap and it didn't get touched. So I thought, you know what? This thing is not living in here. It's coming and going somewhere. We could not figure out how it was getting in and out. My husband had walked all the way around the outside and hadn't seen anything. And so I walked all the way around the inside, and there's this one spot, and it's like literally 2 feet wide. That's at the very back and makes an L with the rest of the house. And it's covered by a bush. So he never looked back in there. But from the inside, I could see the hole in the wall where it was coming in. It had lifted the siding off and had dug through some rotted wood on the outside.
Yeah.
And was coming and going through there. So we did get that boarded up, and the damage had stopped.
Tell you, where there's a will, there's a way. They will get where they need to go.
You know what the crazy thing was is like there was food out there. Like we had just some dry goods in the garage. It wasn't eating anything. It was just digging through everything and knocking stuff over. Like it was bored or something. Which was super annoying.
For sure.
Like, what was the point of all this, Mr. or Mrs., whatever you were?
Have you ever heard of Lefton brand in like these sorts of Village People things?
I mean, Lefton is a ceramics brand.
These
Pretty
are all
popular.
like 80, 88, 89 Lefton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lufton's a pretty popular ceramic figurine brand. They made some plates and dishes too. I need to find some pliers and just fix this balloon because it's driving me nuts. Oh, here's one. There we go.
Erin, you doing Whatnot any?
No. I since I took a break from it, I've been it killed my eBay sales. And because I was so hyper focused on it and it was taking me so long. And part of the problem is what I was selling on Whatnot is not ideal for selling on Whatnot because I was all of those breakables. And, it's okay if I have 1 or 2 breakables a day that I need to ship, but I was having to ship 40 and it was taking me like 3 or 4 days to pack up after a show.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't getting any listing done. I was spending so much time packing. And so I just kind of set Whatnot aside and said, you know what, I'm going to focus back on my eBay store. So
Yeah.
no, the short answer is no.
Well, I had reached out to them the other day and told them to delete my account. Well, I tried to do it online,
Uh-huh.
and it said that I have a sale pending or something. I'm like, what?
That's
So
weird.
I looked. I'm like, I don't have a sale or a purchase pending.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're talking about. So I had to reach out to them and told them to cancel it. So then now they're like, are you sure you want to disable? There's a balance on your account. And I was like, so they want to know if I withdraw it. And I'm like, a balance? Because the money goes into your bank account, right?
No.
Oh,
Not until
I
you
looked
move
it up and I found $86.
My gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So I didn't know that. I knew I had gotten paid for everything. I didn't realize it was not coming to me.
No, you have to initiate that transfer. Yeah.
And I must not be set up for an account to transfer, I guess, because anyway, I don't think I have a bank account set up because I'm trying to click cash out and it won't let me.
So you have to put your information in.
I guess so. You know how that is. Setting up a bank account just to close your account would suck.
Yeah, but for $86, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Paul says Merry Christmas.
I know, right? Heck yeah.
Paul, are you interviewing for the job of co-host on this show, by the way? Have you put in your application?
By the way, I have 4 listings and cross-posted.
Woo-hoo. I photographed some stuff. Ken, what have you accomplished today?
I am mostly just drafting and trying to learn and see what these different ornaments are. I don't know. I've got a bunch of them ready. So here, when we're done, I'll probably start taking some photographs. Decide whether I'm gonna.
How many drafts did you say?
I don't know how many drafts I have so far.
Oh.
Not a ton of them because I'm deciding on some stuff. Am I going to lot a lot of these or am I going to sell them individually? So I'm trying to get different values. One of those things that's like, oh, I could have a bunch of listings or I could be done and just lot them all. Take one picture of everything. And
when you get that many, then you kind of get that mentality.
Yeah.
I know, it's hard. Yeah. By the way, I like your shorts that you were doing on YouTube.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
I was like, look at that. Wow. Very well done.
Yeah, but I did that doing that live listing show where the Ken versus 10. I'm trying to get 10 listings, which actually, I've been accused of cheating
Imagine that.
Who's
by
accusing you of cheating?
by someone in the chat. By someone in the chat right here.
Oh, really?
I don't know, but I'm looking towards the eastern half of the United States.
Does it happen to be the one who's commented the most recently?
It might have been, but because I I have everything drafted and ready to go. All I have to do is put them up. So I'm not actually doing a listing live, but I don't put it as a listing live. It's kind of just a live reseller show where I'm showing some of those things, just goofing around and talking about stuff and having fun. And tomorrow I've got some viewer mail to open up. That's pretty cool. And I've got
Nobody
might
sent me
do
viewer
some
mail.
Christmas trivia. I might do a little bit of that while I'm listing. Oh, but so anyway, I've been doing the 10 versus 10. That's where I was going with that. That it is can I get 10 listings done? The show's about an hour. I try to keep it about an hour, start at 11 to noon. And because they're all listed, I mean, really in the first 5 minutes of the show, I could just go in and do that. So what I thought I would do is a number, I think I'm at 5 or 6 items that I listed last week have sold this week.
Nice. Awesome.
So I might do that is the 10 versus 10. And I'm versing the 10 as my death pile. I might start keeping like that as the stat. How many out of that death pile that I listed that day actually sold? So it would be an accomplishment to sell 10 items, in a week.
Right, for sure.
I guess it depends on what you're listing. So I might pitch that as part of the thing of the show of what I'm doing. See how many I can sell of those 10.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, especially now with the quarter end.
Yes. I'm having fun with it. I've done 3 episodes.
Yeah. I think I've caught like 1.25 episodes of that.
And it's fun.
And what time are you doing the show?
11 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, so that's 10 my time, about the same time we start this one.
Yep, same time.
That's when I'm going to the bins.
On Thursdays.
Yeah, that's what some of the folks have told me. That's like during their thrifting time or when they're out running errands. And I might switch up the time at some point, but I wanted to be able to catch, anybody that was on the West Coast that they wouldn't have to get up early in the morning. Yeah. Not that people are setting their alarm clocks to see Ken be goofy and list stuff.
You might be surprised.
Maybe eventually everybody. Well, just like I used to wait for Wednesdays. Oh, Aaron and Gail are going to be on Wednesday, right during the time that I'm working and listing, and that'll be great. And then you disappeared for a while.
I know. We were having a rough time trying to get this up and going again.
A number of these little figures that are that left in brand. Mm-hmm. Some are just generics. Pretty cool. I might.
Are you finding comps on those pretty easily?
Yeah, now that I know that they are the left in, one that I was looking at here that I have, this one just sold about a week ago for $12. Oh, am I not holding it up?
Left in's usually pretty well marked. Unless the stickers
bottoms
come off. Sometimes they're stickers.
There's the sticker, but they have the date on there. They're 1988, 89, but it says JZL beside it, beside the little stamp. But a lot of them do have their stickers. So,
I wonder if that's the artist that painted them.
Jay-Z?
Oh, Jay-Z for shizzle.
The shizzle manizzle up in hizzle.
Oh,
check it out, y'all.
You guys.
Oh, she's going.
Backward.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby.
That's for a dog.
No, it's not
Oh, okay.
actually. It's
Are you sure it looks like a dog costume?
It's fin fun. It's a shark fin for ages 4 and up. I don't know
Nice.
how. Oh, okay, so there's like a chin strap.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got you.
So speaking of the Ben's Dollar Day, I found this. I'm like, what the heck is this? And
Have I seen you
sells.
guys since we had homecoming?
No.
I got homecoming pictures.
Yeah, this one was selling. I thought it sold for like $30 or something.
The shark head, the shark fin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, of course, the thing that sucks is it might not sell now because it's winter.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You'd be
Well, it's not
surprised.
winter everywhere.
Yeah.
$20 plus shipping.
Somewhere some school is doing a show where they need a shark fin
Yes.
for a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, so it's typical. It's actually $19.99 plus shipping. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to list it. And I also found this card reader thing. I don't know. I always do this kind of crap. It was a mystery box, but I'm gonna have to figure out what it is. Or if it works. It looks like it's brand new, but you know how that stuff goes.
Right.
But the brand is on here, and I want to say this was like an $80 deal if it's new and works. So I don't know how to really test it. There's like fingerprints on this little disc that comes with it. I don't know where that disc goes, but I got to research that. I end up doing that stuff. Get something that's electronic. Don't really know if it works.
Don't we all, though?
Not you.
Yeah, that's my mantra. Yeah. Just buy it, Ken.
Just buy it. It was only $1. That's what I say. It's only $1. Worst case scenario, put it in a garage sale. Somebody will buy it
for 50 cents.
Yeah.
That's also my business model. Buy it for $1, sell it for 50 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Miss Elizabeth's homecoming dress that I made for her.
You made this dress?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I sew.
Wow.
It's not a very good picture though. And then
I want to see it. I'm taking the photos real quick.
This is her. She only wore the heels just for one picture, and then she changed into her tennis shoes. This is her friend Jack.
Smart girl.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, let me
nice.
See. Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Let me see the dress up close.
Yeah,
again.
Here's the dress. I had to laugh. I think it was last year.
Good job, Erin.
Thanks. It didn't turn out. The skirt wasn't quite how I wanted it, but it worked out okay. Last year, Elizabeth, they call it's her IEP teacher basically. So she told me that Elizabeth had this friend in her class named Jack, and they were basically the same person, just a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were so much alike. And I hadn't met him until this year. Where did I meet him at? I think, I know. Jack's mom came and asked if Elizabeth wanted to go to the fair. And so she took the two of them to the fair. And oh my gosh, that teacher wasn't kidding at all. They are the exact same person. Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, they both, I knew that they both had autism, but there's a wide range of functionality within that spectrum, and they have the same interests, the same mannerisms. They need the same social cue reminders. It was super sweet though, and they just got along really well. So it was nice that they went to the dance together, and
That's so cool.
yeah,
And they had a good time.
they did, yeah, and they had the same lunch together this year, so they were pretty excited about that. So, but it was so funny because I've never met anybody like Elizabeth.
And now you have to.
Yeah, they're a good match. So it's funny too, like hearing them talk on the phone or seeing, like, every once in a while just check her text messages to make sure everything's okay, and seeing the messages that they send to each other is kind of funny. Is this broken?
They ask each other if something is broken?
No, that was me. I'm looking at this. It looked like her one fin was broken, but no, they talk about the same cartoons and TV shows and songs and things, and so it's pretty amusing. Last year she went to homecoming, but she was fine. She just went by herself and saw some friends there, and she had a good time either way.
Good.
Yeah.
I went to a...
Go
ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. She's so mild mannered. She will be friends with just about anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. So. That was all.
That is all.
Ken looks confused.
That's a cool ornament. It's
like hand painted.
It's like super.
Oh, that's hand blown. Yeah.
No markings that I can see.
That's probably from a studio.
I was going to say I had went to when you were saying high school there. So. I went to the high school production of The Wizard of Oz over the weekend. My little niece, who's in middle school, they used, like, it was the high school production, but they used middle schoolers and elementary kids, for, a bunch of the extra parts. And because, elementary kids are more, shoot, what are they called? The little people in Munchkins. They're more Munchkin size.
Yes.
But man, what a great production that they had it at the local Palace Theater. It wasn't like at the school.
Oh, wow.
So they had the advantage of all the lighting and the sound effects, and they had a full orchestra pit that was playing all the music.
That's awesome.
They were using those like the lifts, where they lift people off the ground. And when Dorothy was in the tornado, she was up, in the air spinning around, and every time the good witch would come in, she was on like this big seated thing, and she'd come down from the sky, and they'd play all that twinkly sort of music. And I was like really impressed for a high school production of, and just I was very surprised at how powerful the voices were on these young kids, because they're probably 16, 17, 18 years old.
Right.
Just really good, powerful voices. And the four main characters, Dorothy and Scarecrow, Tin Man, and put them up, I'll fight you with my eyes closed. The Cowardly Lion was just
good job.
That kid stole the show. Yeah, he was. Oh, he had no courage.
Cute. I love plays, man. I don't.
Yeah,
I do. I really enjoy them. And the problem is, like, if you find a place that that does them, it's like when they do a production, obviously it's so many nights, and then it ends, and then it's like a month or two later before they do another one. So
Yeah.
you gotta have to wait. But
I know our local theater is about every couple of months.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I really don't have like a desire to go say see a Broadway play on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
But the local theater stuff, especially around Christmas time, I like when they do some sort of like a Christmas production. Maybe a Christmas Carol or something
Mhm.
like that. We've seen are just I enjoy going at. It's a Christmassy event to just enjoy something in the Christmas season.
We've seen a couple of productions of the Nutcracker that we've enjoyed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have fallen asleep at the Houston Ballet Nutcracker.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've gone twice, at least twice, and every time I've fallen asleep. And it's not because what they're doing isn't great.
Right.
It's just that you're just the music and the lights are dark, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, I
yeah.
love like the Houston Symphony, same thing. I've been to that 3 or 4 times, and all but one time did I fall asleep. And I'm like, that should be a compliment, right? Like your music's so great, it's soothing, but I'm that way. But
We saw I mean it was a professional production, but it wasn't like on Broadway. The Lion King in the theater up in Toledo.
Okay.
That was really good. I was super impressed with that one.
Probably the biggest production that was kind of like a professional one was Phantom of the Opera.
Mhm.
We had went up to Cleveland to one of the big productions. It was like the traveling Broadway production,
Yeah.
and just I was more amazed by like the automated lighting and the sets. The sets would all move in and out by themselves. They didn't have
Yeah.
kids or whatever moving stuff in and out. It was very impressive.
When I was in high school, the drama club, we took a trip up to Toronto, where Phantom of the Opera had kind of a semi-permanent production showing there at the Pantages Theater, and that was just like I was forever in love with theater after seeing that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that made quite an impression on me. But that was really my first like true theater experience, like any kind of professional production. So that was quite a production to be introduced to.
Yes, for sure. Definitely.
So, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. I mean, I enjoy we have our middle school here and the high school both put on productions, and we'll go, if we know somebody in there, we'll go see those. So. But unfortunately, I missed the most recent one was last weekend, and we were just too busy. But they did It's You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Oh, really?
But,
That's cool.
But both my kids did theater. Nate liked to be on stage. Kayla was backstage. So we saw a lot of productions when they were going through school too.
geez, y'all, Kelly just texted me on what the medical for a high deductible plan in retirement is going to be over $1,000 for me and him.
Yeah, for sure.
High deductible.
Our deductible is $6,000, and I think we pay $1,200 a month.
Well, he had looked it up before he submitted the retirement. It was $800, so now it's gone up $200, more than $200.
Yeah, we have no prescription coverage. We just use GoodRx.
Well,
Does that work out well?
It does. Yeah. The only problem with GoodRx is that sometimes when you look at your prescription, it's cheaper at a different pharmacy than what you're used to going to. And depending on the difference, we've had to switch pharmacies a couple times. but it does make a big difference for sure.
Yeah, it sucks.
And we could
Yeah, I actually.
we could use it for the dogs too.
Really?
So that was helpful. Yeah, Scout was on a couple of maintenance prescriptions that we had to get at the People Pharmacy. And there was some stuff we got at the vet's office, but if we had to go to the People Pharmacy, we could use GoodRx for that too.
This is why people can't retire or quit their job, because they're tied to medical. They're afraid.
Yeah.
Makes a
And
big
he
difference.
has like a plan like a HSA. Or
Yeah, we have that too.
But it's not called that, it's something else. And he's contributed, his company's contributed, and it's X amount. It's a decent high, but it's like 20,000 less than it was because the market's tanked. Apparently they invested in the market, which is
Okay, ours
shocking
is
to
just
me.
savings.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear that. But so they said, like, when we start, if we want, we can have the premiums come out of that. So it's not out of our pocket per se. I'm like, well, that's great. But with the
What about when
amount,
that runs out?
in 30 months, it's going to be gone,
Right.
or less. So I'm like, we're going to have to put that in our budget somehow. There goes our travel.
Yeah, just have to stay home so you don't get hurt or sick.
We'll just have to stay home and look at each other because we can't afford anything else.
But look at a typical health savings account like through your bank, because a lot of times that's pre-tax money.
Yeah, it is. It's pre-tax contribution. When you get reimbursed, you're not taxed on it.
Right.
Like, yeah, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Not what we expected for sure.
Right. That sounds like a big difference from what you were expecting.
Yeah, it's almost 300 more a month, which, I mean, we can afford, but we were expecting, to have so much for travel.
Right.
And we'll still have some, but not as much.
That's going to put a dent in it.
Yeah. I should have listed this in the summer.
Is it hand painted?
No.
Oh, I mean, Ken told me. Sorry.
You got a hand painted summer top.
Sorry. Like, oh yes.
That's cute.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Sorry, Ken. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. You were already in conversation. Yeah, it's hand painted from the inside.
Oh wow.
I don't know how they would do that.
That's pretty impressive.
Someone will buy this. This is brand new. White House Black Market, size 2.
Decent brand.
I don't know if there's a size 2 out there that exists anymore, but it's America.
Is that a vanity size or is that a regular size?
I wouldn't know. I'll just put size 2 and then I put the measurements. That's it. Brand new, sat in my garage forever. Along with, like, I had bought, I went through a phase where I was buying some storage units.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of new New York and Company, like, clothes. And then I found some more. Like, these are blue jeans. I don't know who this, NYNC. So some blue jeans, and I almost don't want to open it, but you have to take a photo of it. Some slacks, it looks like. Another pair of slacks.
Okay, it looks like White House Black Market does standard sizing, so that's like an extra small.
See, I wouldn't have thought to do anything with that. I would have just said what size it was and put the measurements in there. Okay, well, that's going to be my next thing to list, these clothes, since they're brand new. The slacks and denim might sell sooner unless they wear shorts.
I just got a dispute payment.
A dispute.
Payment dispute on eBay.
Uh-oh.
I hate those. Because that's where they go to the creditor, right?
Yeah. All right, let's see. To look further, you can go to the payment dispute details page. Let's check that out. It says it's under review. Buyer hasn't received their item. I just shipped it yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, how is that a payment dispute?
Because people go to the extremes right away rather than contacting the seller and saying, hey, you know, where's my item? Or just getting on and looking to see that there's a
Clicking on the
tracking number to see where
Yeah.
it's at. And they just immediately go to the, because now they'll get the item. eBay will credit them, or that whole process will go through, and they'll keep your item and get their money back. Now I'm mad.
Yeah. And
Oh no,
aren't
no,
you
no, wait.
charged
It says
some
it's
sort
been
of
it says it's been delivered.
aren't you charged some sort of a processing fee? Also,
No.
like a dispute fee?
It's been delivered.
I know, but if they're disputing it, then they're bypassing eBay and do it through the credit card company.
But eBay is handling the dispute, not me. Like the
I
credit card
know.
company didn't contact me. Just eBay
I
is
know.
disputing
That's
it.
how eBay does it. But what I'm telling you, though, is when it works out that way, because they're basically trying to get something for free. So you're going to prove that you sent it and you're going to prove that it's delivered. But I think when they go through the credit card company, eBay's been charging the seller some sort of like a $20.
Only if you lose. I think only if you lose.
Yeah, if you challenge it, they'll do it.
It says eBay automatically sent a dispute rebuttal to the payment institution. So they automatically did that on my behalf. I don't have to do anything. So my guess is they probably changed their address and didn't change it in eBay, and maybe it's been delivered to the wrong place, and this is how they're handling it. Being stupid, basically.
So I have a quick question on this card reader thing, guys. If I plug it in and these lights come on, would you say it works and it's new?
You guys, listen to this.
Well, I wouldn't call it, just to finish up with Gail there, I wouldn't call it new. I would call it pre-owned, but tested and working.
You would call it pre-owned?
Do you have any little cards? Any oh, it's that sort of a card reader. Okay.
Yeah, it has this, it has this. This had some fingerprints that I could clean off. And it has like some kind of a cleaning cloth.
You definitely need to do open box.
Yeah.
Open box. But would you do it as new and just to say it's a new open box? Because it was inside of this.
Yeah, if all the yeah, you might be able to do it as new open box.
Yeah. And so I wouldn't have to test it, is what I'm saying. Like if these lights come on, would you just sell it and hope it works?
I would probably, yeah. That's probably what I would do.
Because I don't really know how to test this other than.
Yeah,
so is that just a card read? It seems like it's a card writer.
It might be. Let's see. It says card reader, but let me look it up real quick because I saw it on Amazon.
If you have all of those blank cards, it seems almost like you could put in whatever sort of information, swipe the card, and make it be a card. You know, it would write that information to the
it says here
mag strip.
It's a reader writer. And it sells on Amazon for $82.
Nice.
I've never seen a write. I've never had any reason to look for
I guess this
a reader and writer. But
I guess this would be more like for like hotel room key kind of thing.
Yeah. My brother down where he works, the security, you know, on the doors to get in the building, you have to swipe a card. Every employee has a card and it's linked to their number and such. And so they can tell who comes in and out the building. So, you know, he would use something like that where put in all the information, swipe the card, it would write it to the mag strip, and then device.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see it has sold for $80 on eBay. So guess what? I'm gonna list it.
And there's a number of these. Well, half a dozen of these.
You're cutting out, Kim. You froze. Ken, you froze.
Am I still froze?
No, you're not. You're moving.
Okay. This person that filed a dispute with their credit card company rather than contacting me says that I put their address in wrong. And they received their order, but only half of their order. So I went back and checked to make sure I listed it correctly. They received everything that I have in the listing. They've received it, but their dispute says they haven't received it and it's gone to the wrong address. Can I please update their address? I sent it to the wrong. No. This is a mess.
It's crazy.
The problem is they ordered, I think they ordered the wrong item because mine was listed without the dies and they are saying that they're missing the dies. Well, I didn't have the dies. I was just selling the stamps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what they thought because again, people don't read. They don't look at the pictures. They don't look at descriptions.
And I went back. I'm like, oh my God, did I list that wrong? No, I didn't. Woo, wasn't my fault. So they disputed with their credit card company rather than going through the eBay process, which I'm not quite understanding that. And they're telling me I didn't put the apartment number in there.
I actually finally sold a Starbucks filter that I sent and I got it back in a box that says refused. And I was like, huh, well, it's the item and it just says refused. So I looked at the tracking. The tracking said something about the address return to sender. So I don't know that they refused it, but they may not have been able to deliver it. So I went to eBay, like, dang it, $30. And I messaged them. They have zero feedback. And I messaged them with the picture of the box and the label says, hey, this was refused and sent back.
I remember that.
No, this was just this week. So we hadn't talked about this one. I was like, what do you want me to do with it?
Thing, then.
And they have not responded yet. So I don't know what to do with it. I've been paid. It shows delivered, actually, on the eBay site. It shows delivered.
Oh, wow.
But if you look at the tracking and really drill into it, you'll see that it was sent back. So I guess, I don't know what to do. I don't want it to bite me 3 months later. Like, at what point is it going to be like, sorry, you waited too long kind of thing? I did what I know to do. I contacted them and said, hey, this was refused, but they've not responded. So,
well, they have 30 days to start a refund process.
Okay. Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, then if they do it, I hope they do it within. I just don't want to be retired and all that stuff sold and gone and then be like, I didn't get that,
Right.
How many cards are in here?
This one is the more I think about this one, it's making me so mad.
Yeah.
Well, at least eBay hasn't asked me to do anything. They're handling it. So, but just when I read that, I was like, wait a second. No, you didn't order the dies. I only have the stamps. And you put the address in wrong, not me. That is so bizarre. Oh, how many feedback do they have? Let me go see that. Oh, they have zero feedback.
Yeah, scammer.
I think it's somebody that's just confused about how this works.
Well, you get those people too that they don't understand the system or the way that it works, and they immediately think that you're doing something wrong. So
Mhm.
I'm going to dispute it with my credit card company so that frustrating.
I'm going to message them because they obviously don't know how to deal with this.
The only time I had something disputed was when someone bought a boy toy from me.
Yeah.
They did a credit card dispute saying it was not their item. Like, that's what you told your husband, but that ain't gonna happen. Here's your tracking information.
That's funny.
Okay, the green light comes on. It's a working, and it's going to get so old. Or listed
Super.
anyway. Yeah, and that female, that toy thing was like one of those cheap days can't open. It was a mystery box, but
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is this? What did I say I was going to sell this for? Do y'all remember 85 bucks or something?
Yeah.
Let me see how much all this
What did
weighs.
you say? It was like 82 on Amazon? But it had
I
sold
think
like a
so.
similar price on eBay, you said.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm just going to, $2 or 2 pounds. So I'm just going to subtract out the shipping. I thought I increased the shipping. With all the holiday rates now, freaking shipping's going through the roof.
Not all of the eBay rates went up when everything else went up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I don't remember which ones it was, though. Some of the, I don't know if it was the calculated or the flat rates, but there were some that stayed the same.
I went through and just updated all of mine. Like extra dollar or 50 cents, depending on what it is.
Yeah. And I do calculated, so I didn't have to really worry about too much of that.
Well, after long conversations on some of our night lives when Tommy was showing the difference with calculating what it makes to different people, then
Right.
it's like, yeah, flat rate's the way to do this. And I do eat some dollars here and there, but I also get dollars here and there. So
Sure.
So I'm gonna list it for $70. 79, 71.99, 70.99. That's what I'm gonna do. 70.99. What is happening here? $70.99. 71. Weighs 2 pounds. Yeah, I got all these last Thursday. It's time for me to. What is the other thing I got? I got great things. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to go soon because I haven't eaten yet. Breakfast.
Yeah, I was just thinking about lunch too while I'm typing out this overly long-winded message back to this lady who's made me mad.
Ken, you're on the same wavelength.
We were all thinking the exact same thing. I thought, I think I might bail out and go eat some lunch before I start doing these
Yeah.
photographs.
Yep, same here. And I gotta go get some ice cream from the store so I can freeze dry it. Okay then. Well,
All right.
I guess next week is like a not Halloween, Thanksgiving. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's gonna be an excuse to not do it. I might not be able to. I know Kelly's not working. Yeah, it's actually pie day. It's the day they make pies. So
You might want to
Uh-huh.
hang out in your room with us if they're all making pies.
I might have to. But I'll let you know. But I'm thinking I might not be able to because you'll have people over here.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I will see what comes up here because we don't have anything necessarily nailed down as far as plans. And I know Tim will have to work Wednesday, so
Okay.
I might just hop on.
Yeah, and
All right.
if we don't, y'all have a good Thanksgiving.
All right. Happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Enjoy
You
it.
as well, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, and if
See
you're
y'all later.
not busy tomorrow at
Mhm.
11 a.m., if you're not out thrifting, hitting the bins, jump in the chat there of my
I
live
have
show.
an 11:30 eye appointment, so I was like, well, it's in the mall where the bins are, so I'm like, I'll just kind of piggyback off of that.
Now that you say that, I do have an 11:45 appointment tomorrow, so I can catch the beginning then.
Okay.
Cool.
Well.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me participate today, and I got a
glad
lot
you could
done
hang out.
sitting here.
Yeah, me too.
So now I got photos from this point on.
That's what I've got, a pile of crystal photos here. I'm gonna go put my little flowers back on the shelf.
All right. Have a good afternoon. Anyone still left in the chat there? Have a good day.
Yeah.
And
y'all have a good Thanksgiving if I don't see y'all next week.
go figure out what to eat for lunch.
Yeah.
I got some
Whataburger.
leftovers calling my name.
What a burger. Y'all don't have Whataburger, do y'all?
Mm-mm.
We do not.
Nope.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that.
I'll probably just have like a ham sandwich and some chips or something.
That sounds good.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Take care,
Bye,
guys.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.